Make sure we're going live. Oh, I forgot to set up my. What's today's episode called? I didn't even think of that.
Walk and talk.
Walk and talk. Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Fair enough. Walk and talk is fine. Okay. Every screen I own has just told me that I am live. So, good.
Yay.
We've done it. Who wants to bring us up to date on everything that happened last session, in or out of character? It's up to you.
Well, I'm looking at that wine bottle and it looks like Jesus is on there.
I don't feel like we're talking about the same thing.
Nope.
Bring it in, Dad.
Oh wait, no, I know. I see what you're talking about. Yeah, no, no, it's not Jesus. I don't know what it is, but it's not Jesus.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
It's whatever the texture was on the bottle asset. Anyway, canonically, it's going to be every wine bottle in the world, or the Black Ram Private Reserve. Anyway,
otherwise I would buy a wine made by Jesus.
It would
be very old and very stale.
I know you would. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll the player character dice. I got Zakar.
Oh, okay.
Zakar, take it away.
Okay. A quick aside, just for the shits and giggles, we were just talking about alcohol. Sure. I actually do want to IRL brew mead and experiment with it and call it Black Ram special fucking blackberry 5-year fucking That's a project that I've had in the back of my head for 3 years now.
Do you want to try and make
a Bifrost?
Do you want to do an actual wine, or are you thinking of like a liqueur or something?
Mead specifically, because it's hella easy to actually brew with very little resources because it's so simple.
Nice, I'm into that. That's cool.
I drink that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing about mead is that it's kind of hard to fuck up because if you don't like the taste, all right, just add more honey.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so getting into the after action report. So we had a very big week.
Yep.
But if I were to sum it up for everyone who is up to date on our most recent actions, we got to win big, win big, win big. Wild tried to solo the enemy general, and it kind of went sideways.
Yeah.
That's not Wild's fault, because it turns out the enemy general was kind of sort of planning for that, it looked like.
He definitely did his homework.
He definitely did his homework. But that's okay, because not that I wanted to see my friend lose, it really would have been better if he, had just been able to murder like usual. But yes, I'm just getting used to this whole politics thing, as I planned for a contingency. And so when Wild passes out, Cyrus runs onto the field and does his whole, Cyrus thing. Which means that the rest of us, having now kind of sort of officially gone back on our word, spring into action and unfortunately don't make much of a dent before the enemy starts retreating. But Wild survives. The King of Fairbrook is dead. Casualties are exchanged. And we do still, in the end, win the day, have won the Battle of Fairbrook, albeit with grievous casualties to the populace, although that technically wasn't our fault. and probably a general who now has an extra grudge against us. Added to the list, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then there was a conversation that we absolutely and positively did not hear.
Mhm.
And there was absolutely no subject matter discussed that would give anyone any reason to distrust any person or player character at this table. It's it wrapped up completely soundly and with absolutely no betrayal.
None
I
whatsoever.
mean, technically, as far as we know, there's been no betrayal.
That's what I said, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly.
There's been no betrayal. Not since it turns out our friend Morida, the goblin,
Oh yeah.
was actually a Cambion in disguise. And that's absolutely irrelevant to
Seems like an outlier.
I had you, cast a Zone of Truth on your new goblin compatriot that you
Here.
happened to make in this wartime affair.
Here we go.
And bring along into battle.
I like to trust people.
Yeah, I
This is
New
know you
friends.
do.
We need to build a foundation on trust.
We absolutely do, Cyrus, and that's why we use Zone of Truth. That way we don't have to torture it out of them. It's so much less painful. And I'm so glad to have you, my trustworthy paladin of Bahamut, to absolutely determine and trust as my friend.
I mean, have you not figured out that I'm the worst at being a paladin yet?
I think I'm done.
Okay. All right.
I can't. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust anyone, but I'm trying to trust everyone. There's a difference. Cyrus has suspicions, but he's trying to believe in the best in people. Despite evidence previously, yeah.
I asked for an episode synopsis and I got a guilt trip.
No, that was expected.
To be fair, our episode was wild fought, and it didn't go well, and then everything went to shit. And
it was going well at the beginning. He put in a good fight.
I didn't say that he didn't,
but he didn't win.
And it all went to shit, and that's okay. Nobody is even remotely disappointed in Wild, because most likely none of us could have done any better against fucking
Jerkface.
Bone
Devil.
A Bone Devil who apparently just probably had counters ready for all of us individually.
Mm-hmm.
The Bone Devil was
yeah.
very mean. But hey, I mean, I did get stabbed a lot.
He grappled the heck out of him.
Read all those emails.
But I didn't get poisoned once.
Yeah.
I didn't get poisoned once. Also, his name is General Longinus.
General Longinus. Also, Cyrus doesn't have money to send to a prince in Nigeria.
That's
Brando.
and that's
Link
and
his bank account.
And his name is Longelus, not to be confused with
Longelus.
not to be confused with the spear that impaled Christ and all that.
Oh, you're right. That is the.
I was thinking of the Ava.
Never mind. Well,
same, which is a reference
same thing.
To the Christian one.
Yeah, right. I'm a heathen. Don't mind me.
No, it's fine.
Just being a heathen.
Hey man, you took Christianity as seriously as Hideki took Christianity, which is to say, not at all.
I learned it through pop
It's real
culture.
cool looking.
Yeah, well, listen, I've read the story about where Jesus and Buddha are roommates, and that just seems great. Like, if that's what religion's about, that seems cool.
I'm glad that my D&D sessions are now about Jesus. There's sweet irony in it.
Sweet.
What
Anyway.
is Bahamut if not D&D Jesus?
Anyway, hail Satan. Let's do some read aloud text.
No wonder Asmodeus features so prominently in this story.
Hey, somebody had to.
Yeah.
Big dragon.
Oh, also posting another.
More horse shit.
But yeah, we did more horseshit.
Nice.
Oh, fun. All right, read aloud.
Yes.
So, the next few days will be strange. Your victory over General Angelus's army was decisive, with the Storm Guard stepping in to quickly bring the city of Fairbrook under their protection. It doesn't seem as though many will even notice the loss of His Majesty Zurich Crawborn. But a strange energy endures
Wait, hold on. Read that again? I didn't get to hear it.
With the Storm Guard stepping in to quickly bring the city of Fairbrook under their protection, it doesn't seem as though many will notice the loss of His Majesty Zurich Crawborn.
Which is the mayor who died.
Because you shot him with arrows until he died.
Yes.
The king, yeah.
That was, in fact, the plan.
Yeah.
Did he have a predecessor? Or not predecessor, an heir?
No.
I forget.
No.
Nope.
And that's why I did it.
Put an end to that line.
They wrote "fuck it" on an arrow and put it in his throat, and that was the end of that story. A strange energy endures in and around the city. The surviving citizens are clearly too exhausted by their ordeal to show any real happiness or relief. The Storm Guard immediately busy themselves with rebuilding the broken city. There is no time for celebration. But that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with what you, the only Daka army involved, are thinking and feeling. So, a couple of questions out of the gate. What are your standing orders for all your troops? You guys individually have dominion over a couple of units. Is there anything in particular you would like them to do over the next few days?
The agents of Bahamut, I'm sure, are going to be helping out with restorations and like healing people and stuff. They'll probably doing temple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning Jaw on their horses are to police all roads from Coldberg to Fairbrook and all the way to Cook Harbor. It won't be very well trodden, but at least hopefully every 15 miles or so there should be a guy on a horse walking one way.
Mm-hmm.
And, 15 miles past him will be a knight walking the other way. So hopefully, it should be kind of hard to get lost on the streets. At least the big roads.
Also, can Warforged see longer than most living races? Except maybe elves?
Not in particular.
Yeah, no, not really looking.
Their seeing is actually kind of like below average.
Yeah, I mean, nobody...
When most things have low light.
Yeah.
Nobody biologically has, like, range improvements, but some races can see in the dark better than others. Warforged have, for all intents and purposes, human eyes.
Okay. Because I was going to put some on the outpost of the wall to be able to see off in the distance, but if their eyesight's no better, then...
it's fun. A nice thing about Warforged is that they don't sleep, so they make great sentries.
Exactly. Best thing about Warforges is we do not require rest as long as we're not, like, injured. If we're ready and raring to go, I can guard the wall all day. And all night. And then all day. And then all night.
It's boring as shit, but I can do it.
Watch.
Easy peasy.
Bob, I imagine, will be, patrolling the swamp, the immediate swamp surrounding area, just because they're only good at, like, aquatic stuff.
Right.
But they're gonna do their part in keeping watch, too.
Cool.
And then
Making sure that dragon slope is safe.
Rebuild the city? Well, rebuild the gates, anyways.
Zakar, how you feeling about your troops?
I am going to order them to, first of all, set up a respectable encampment outside the city. And first of all, enjoy their victory, because they did just, like, win a major battle. So, take a few days off, wounded, heal up, rest up.
Sure.
And then we'll start clearing debris and assisting. But otherwise, after like a week of celebration, rest, helping the city, Zakar would like to meet with the dwarven leadership that is present, and
Sure.
make his intent to vacate and report back to his authorities known.
You want to head back to Dhaka?
And not head back to Dhaka per se. I head back to like the Bulwark.
I mean, okay. It's worth mentioning that all the dwarves that are here right now used to be at the Bulwark.
Is the general
okay.
that he was talking to here?
You mean Commander Steelbrow, who you guys met at the Bulwark?
Oh, I must have mixed up.
Or are you talking about the Bastion?
I'm talking about the Bastion, because I was in the Bastion.
Right.
Yeah,
that's where I left from.
Yeah.
So
the guy that Zakar was talking to.
Yeah,
right. I got you. General Barrock is who you're thinking of.
Because obviously I have not received, like, if I receive standing like orders from General Barrock in the interceding week, I'm like, totally. But last time I checked, there's still a war on, and I don't get to just like sit on my candy ass. So either tell me, so I'm either gonna go back, keep marching, and
well,
probably don't want to do that second one just yet.
Well, I'll throw you a bone here, just to keep in mind, like, you guys have enough, you have enough resources available to you now that, like, messengers can be arranged.
As soon as I finished saying it, I'm like, oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm a figure of authority.
Yeah. This is somebody else's job.
Yeah, this is somebody else's job.
Yeah.
I'm not the help anymore.
He's probably got a scrying stone. Or not a scrying stone, a sending stone. Or some form of message that we could send.
I mean, there are a number of ways to send a message, but we could just say, like, you can send a message to General Barrock and then just stop talking about it.
Okay. Revision. Zakar is going to draft a letter of status detailing the great success of our armies in conjunction with Odenheim, and that the city is ours, of which he has most likely already been informed, but that my units are rested, healed, and ready to move.
Okay.
Like, further orders YN.
Yeah.
As long as
laughing face, laughing face. Okay, fingers, 100 of them.
Right.
Just making sure we don't overextend.
Do you want to go to the Sadie Hawkins dance with me? Yeah. Circle yes or no.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we need to ask permission to go to Tierfang, or are we going to wait for her? the big armies to join us on that.
Well, who's we?
5 pints.
Cyrus. It's not to say that I'm not a member of a 5 pints, but the only one of us has any legal obligation to a kingdom, and that's me.
Do you need permission to go to Tierfang?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like, obviously, Dhaka already declared war, but at the same time, like, gestures to small encampment of our few units, we're not gonna just take a fortress city by ourselves. Not when they know that we're coming.
True. That's fair.
If the dwarves were going to go with us, that would be different. But this is just why we need to coordinate and figure out what the plan is, because there's a lot of moving pieces here, and those pieces are probably going to try to help us.
That's true.
That's just how military operations are.
Sure.
That makes sense.
I'll go ahead and skip ahead to a thing I had intended to do a little bit later, but it's coming up right now. So, real quick, like you guys are in Fairbrook. A lot of buildings here have been, devastated and are halfway livable and things like that. But there's also room to camp outside the city or inside if you want to get clever about it. A lot of storm guard just kind of making bunk wherever they can find it. What do you imagine your guys' living situation is like?
In a tent, maybe. For the most part,
are you talking about us or our units?
The 5 pints specifically, like what's the roof over your head look like?
Wherever the healing is, because Brando would help with the
where the triage hospital is.
Mm-hmm.
So probably in the Bahamut Church.
Yeah, in the temple.
Near the temple.
Yeah, the
okay.
temple.
Okay. Cool.
Also, Todd, I just saw your message. It will take me a long time to mend the gates. Mending does not do much.
Yeah.
it's 1 foot by 1 foot, and we have to have all the we have to have all the pieces.
Yeah.
That's the bitch, is that we have to have all the pieces.
That's why it's like I was trying to mend the cracks in the temple, but like
yes.
Unfortunately, if the pieces are burnt or destroyed, we can no longer mend it.
Oh.
Okay, I
sorry.
wasn't sure of the limits of that, because I'm like, healing the ground. Well,
that's cantrip.
It can be done. It just takes time. It's slightly less. It's less strenuous than fixing it by hand, but it still takes time.
Yeah, and only does a little bit at once.
Yeah.
Just
question.
a million high fives.
Yeah, you can do it well. I forget. Were there airships? Because don't the dwarves have airships
in the attack?
In this battle? Yeah.
No, they did not bring.
Okay.
They did not bring airships.
That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering myself.
Do they still have airships? Did they just choose to hold them back?
I mean, I don't know. That would be a question for Dwarven Command.
Okay.
And they've been pretty hush hush.
He's so few that they're more for defense than offense.
It could be, and I feel like at one point we talked about them starting to modify them for possible space travel to deal with Alamar.
That was one of the long-term things for Brando, to be able to give the
Skyfire Labs
airship superiority.
That was less a Storm Guard thing and more of a Skyfire thing.
Okay.
Like, Rallis knows where you guys need to go, and he's working on it. He's not putting all of his efforts into building a line of starships for the Dwarven military. That's not on his priority list right now.
Nope.
Anyway, so you guys have you found a part of the temple that you can kind of like set up a tent. Probably like in or around the courtyard or something like that, just to like stay out of the way, but it's cozy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Wild is almost never there. It's just always out and about trying to tell either Lightning Jaw or Warclaw something.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's a good question. Like, I'm going to do a scene in the tent. Zakar, you're probably going to be there. Who else is going to be in the tent when this happens? Could be nobody.
I'll be in the temple at least.
Who's going to be in the tent?
In the tent? Is it a big tent?
Brando is called specifically. He will be working.
Wild will be in the tent.
Imagine like big, luxurious barren tent.
Yeah.
That feels too fancy. Cyrus is probably just out in the temple, but I can hear if you shout.
Like when you go to Ren Fair and you see the booth that's up, like the big square, like, you know, it's the kind of thing
King
that
and Queen's
it's the
booth.
yes, it's the thing that the king and queen are in at Ren Fair.
I imagine Cyrus just has a pile of like a cloak or something on the ground in a corner of the temple that he's using to camp on.
You don't
But
even
near the tent.
Is this in a kind of a reverence kind of way, or you just don't feel like being in a tent?
Part of it, yeah. Part of just like feeling claustrophobic in a weird way, wanting to watch the sky.
Interesting. Okay. I like it. Anyway, Zakar, you're in the tent one day. You're doing stuff. I am looking for...
Going over documents and sifting through what might be possible intelligence and otherwise being bored.
Mm-hmm. Gwendolyn, I'd say she knocks on the door, but there's no door in a tent.
Yeah, no, she does the thing of like permission to enter.
Yeah, she's like, hello, may I come in?
Enter.
Gwendolyn comes in. She says, hello.
Oh, Gwendolyn.
Was told I could find you here. I just wanted to keep you in the loop.
Yes, please give me anything.
She grabs a chair. She does that thing where she spins it around backwards so she can lean on the back of it. She's like, yeah, it seems only fair since, all of this was kind of your idea. So Commander Steelbrow is currently in charge here in Fairbrook for the moment. It's going to fall upon the Silverbeards to put someone in charge permanently, and it's probably going to be a little while before they figure that out since the fighting isn't over just yet. A contingent of Stormguard will be staying in Fairbrook permanently as a garrison, but the city is going to be more of a staging area for all the troops present at the moment, and anybody who will join us, until we are ready to march east and finish this.
Ah, so there is going to be a march east.
Mm-hmm. You betcha. They're not willing to put this down until we're sure that we don't have to do it again. Not this time.
And where exactly does DACA stand in all of them?
Oh, I have no idea, to be honest. I haven't heard anything from them as of late. And for reference, it's barely been a day at this point. Like,
okay, no mention yet.
This is maybe like the morning after the battle.
Uh-huh. Well, I've already sent word back to General Barock of the situation and my troop status. So, should I hear a reply, I do not believe it would be inappropriate to inform you of what wheels are turning.
Okay. She thinks for a moment, and she says, well, hopefully we hear before we're ready to move out. It'd be a shame to leave you behind. But I know that there's going to be some eagerness to leave as soon as we can.
And politics is as politics does. It moves for nothing, not even war.
It's too true. But on an exciting note, we will be moving out as soon as the Emperor arrives.
Zakar raises an eyebrow and says, "The Emperor."
That's right. She kind of gets a look of like, hopefulness on her face, a little excitement. She's like, yeah, Emperor Thunderspine himself will be joining us. We have standing orders to not finish the fight without him. I heard that he said something to the effect of, I want to see red sand while it's still fresh, or some such.
I didn't realize that the Emperor was even allowed to take the field.
Well, between you and me, the Emperor's allowed to do whatever he wants.
I mean, they all say that, but...
Yeah, but nobody really questions him.
Zakar just, like, waves it away. Like, my pontificating is bullshit anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, I did just want to check in, because I was curious what you guys intended to do. Y'all don't seem to be keen on backing down from a fight, and this next one's going to be a doozy.
Gwendolyn, it would be fair to say that I have been waiting years for this particular fight. I could not be more eager.
Yeah, I had heard on the grapevine that you guys have some kind of history with the Empress.
That's accurate.
Well, in any case, we'd be happy to have you. Commander Steelbrow would never admit it, but he appreciates you guys rolling out the red carpet for us, and he'd be more than happy to take you along, even if you're not flying Odenheim colors.
Well, I would be happy to go. It might be all too culturally stereotypical of me to say, but the only thing I particularly find unpleasant about all of this is the needless collateral damage and the own red tape that I am bound by.
Yeah, I get that. Well, hopefully we hear from the general soon.
I can't imagine he wants to keep us waiting either.
Yeah. Well, at any rate, the Emperor's supposed to arrive within the week with the rest of the Storm Guard.
Within the week?
Yep, that's what I hear.
So he's flying in.
Most likely.
Understood.
She kind of gets like a 1,000-yard stare for a moment. She's like, the rest of the Storm Guard. By Moradin, can you imagine the entire Storm Guard on one battlefield?
I can only hope.
She gets that.
I don't know whether I would be. It's the thought of it summons a mixture of emotions. Because on one hand, I don't think the desolation of Tearfang could be more amusing than if it happened by the entirety of the Storm Guard. But also disappointing that I wouldn't get to partake quite so personal.
She has that like excited, hopeful look on her face again, and she's like, I tell you what, Baron, this is going to be historic. This is the kind of battle that they write books about. We'll get to tell our grandchildren that we were here.
And we have to live that long first.
Alright. I'll leave you to it, Baron. If it comes to that, I'll try to hold him up as much as I can, but I wouldn't trust on me to be able to hold up the Emperor.
Frankly, I would rather don't even attempt. If there is one thing you can expect from my troops, that we're fast movers and we'll catch up soon. Worst case scenario.
She nods and she departs.
Can Wild be right outside the door?
Yeah.
One thing, Gwendolyn, that should be known if it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
the queen, or the empress, can see all of the sounds. The second your boots touch the first grain, and I would suspect even over the airspace, she's going to know.
She gives a knowing nod and is like, I'll make sure to pass that on.
As she leaves, she passes Wild, who's been waiting at the door for a little while.
Right.
Wild comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So, just going to wait.
Is Zakar, is Wild talking to Zakar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Zakar, we're just gonna wait.
Waiting? No. I don't know how familiar you are with the military's perspective of folks not made of hardened steel, and like Zakar just kind of like just gently does like the tink tink on you. But the time spent here will be as short as possible, so that our troops can rest, heal up, enjoy their victory with their morale. But waiting? No, that's not quite what we're doing. The orders will come quickly. The orcs are either going to pull back entirely, at which point we have a choice to make, or they will be assisting their new allies in the continuing conflict, at which point we're already the tip of their spear and shall continue to do so, invariably.
Fair enough, Baron.
If we are simply, perhaps, informed of a holding pattern, then I suppose the armies of Black Ram will be forced to sit idly by, which would be much a shame. But it's not as if the 5 pints have. Well, it's not as if the 5 pints have any standing orders now, do they?
I'm glad you see it that way, at least. I'm not going to lie, Baron. I have been in war. With the dwarves, specifically. I know how slow they are to move. They take their time. They wait. They get all healed up. They march 20 feet. They wait. They get their breath. They march another 20 feet. I was not built for that. So if I encourage you to move at a more rapid pace, please let it be known that it is not because I devalue you or our troops. It is simply that, in my opinion, hurrying now and capturing this advantage that we have, no matter how small, is more useful to the grand scale war of ending this thing quicker rather than later. Waiting some 4 or 5 days with no forward momentum is death. So, if you must wait, fine. I'm glad you said the thing about the 5 pints, because it is my intention to tell them that I think we should go and press our own luck forward. With or without the dwarves, with or without the orc. Foolhardy, yes. But I don't think they'd get us.
I don't think they would guess either. Also, please stop calling me Baron Wild. We've known each other too long. I have no status over you.
I hate to see you pinned down by men who don't even care about you. They don't listen. They barely acknowledge your obvious expertise about the things you know about. I don't like orcs either, and I think they only listen to themselves. Don't just... Zakar, I've never been beholden to anyone. Every time someone has tried, it's always gone poorly. So don't let them lead you the wrong way just because they held your leash. That's all I can ask for.
You get a long ellipses from Zakar until he slowly turns and says, Wild, I am thoroughly terrified because you're making sense about something that isn't explicit violence.
When it comes to the freedom of choice, I think that might be the most valuable thing we have. Their choice to wait is theirs. I think they squander it. I don't think you'll squander yours.
No. I don't think I will either. And I don't think that the tactics of the orcs or the storm guard going to have the advantage at this rate either.
Just between you and me, I really like blowing shit up. So like if we ever have another one of those plans, you got me on it, boss.
Zakar laughs. I have an idea.
Should I go get everybody?
Yeah. Go get everybody.
Right away.
I think it's time we do things the old S-Corps way.
Wild claps his hands and runs out with a fucking rah!
Ah.
Ah!
The flaps of the tent are thrown open extravagantly.
Mm-hmm. And just it's 40 feet of movement speed now power walking. I'm 7'2". Get the fuck out of my way. Pardon me, excuse me. Pardon me, excuse me. Pardon me, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
You, Cyrus, come here.
He's just pulling shit over like a forklift.
I imagine Cyrus is in the middle of trying to mend and fix up rubble around whatever the altar to Bahamut is near the temple.
We'll finish that one later.
What? Okay, what's going on? You okay?
We have a meeting.
Oh.
Time for a group meeting.
Oh, okay.
Brando, there you are. Brando. And then I grab Brando.
Okay.
Brando, what are you doing?
Probably healing people.
Napping. Todd,
Triage.
I would bet Brando's healing people.
He's probably healing people.
He wanted to be where.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
I had myself muted. Yeah, Brando has been working tirelessly. He has extra scruff. He hasn't shaved recently. And he's in need of coffee or something.
Yeah. You just get an arm under your arms, and then you're just being packed around.
Wait, what?
Nope. Jerry will take over the sutures. You're fine.
Wild. What is this? This better be important.
Yeah, it's group meeting.
Mhm.
And then I fucking gather the other two, who are probably way easier to gather than I don't have the arms to carry you. Please come with me.
What's
Also, does coffee exist in this world, or
coffee
Yeah, it
has to
does.
exist?
I've totally had coffee
Yeah.
before.
Coffee must exist.
For coffee along the way? I can't think well.
I met a warforged that had an entire espresso machine in his chest.
It's true.
Let's go to them.
They're not here, but I'm sure we can find.
But there is a guy who is a French press around here. I'll find him.
Yeah.
I just summoned him. Make him go to where we're going, wherever we're going.
Bring the heroes coffee.
Listen, you guys are in a wartime scenario. There's gonna be coffee. Don't worry.
Yeah. Hey, Wild, I forgot to ask, do you want your cloak of ice back?
Brando bonks Cyrus from Wild Shoulder.
Brandon does what?
Bonks Cyrus.
Oh. Ah! Oh, jeez, you got
need
good
that
reach.
now in order to see.
I have survived without eyes before. Bahamut has granted me his own kind of vision.
With all the walls up, how are you supposed to find where we're needing to go?
Alright, that's fair. There's a lot of rubble.
There's many things for you to trip on, Cyrus.
It's true. Alright.
Yeah, you can give that
I will-
away later. Right now, we need you to see clearly.
Okay. I'll try to take good care of it. But let me know if you need it back, alright?
No worries. Thank you for thinking of me.
Thank you for lending it to me.
Brando then just kind of rests in Wild's arm. He's in need of rest.
Okay.
Brando,
Yeah.
have you slept?
No.
Fair enough.
People need healing. The land needs help. We're in a wartime. There is
Yeah, but
almost
you got-
no time for rest.
You gotta sleep at some point so you have the energy to keep helping.
Coffee.
I drape an emerald lame, beautiful napkin, also known as a dwarven cape,
Yes. Capes.
over his face. He's not dead, but it's kind of like, like birds, where you put a head over the thing and they go to bed.
It's like a nap pod.
When we take it off of his head, he'll wake up. He'll think it's a new day. That's how birds work.
Here to argue.
Won't that make him panic?
What? I don't know.
He's so worried about losing time.
We'll convince him it was yesterday.
I'll cast calm emotions. It'll be
Are we
fun.
going to the thing or not?
We're doing this
shit.
as we go.
You still, yeah. I run with
We
him.
got
next.
sidetracked for coffee. It's good.
Who else are you grabbing?
I'm also grabbing. God, I was thinking about Morig, and I was also thinking about our resident goblin,
Rebel Mother?
our little Bramby mama.
What's the Bramble Mother doing right now?
The honorary pipeline?
Since
Yeah, that's a good one. Can I even find you?
Yeah.
Can I do a little bit of a retro?
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. What has happened in the past 24 hours for Bramble Mother?
It's been a restless night for the Bramble Mother. Or, well, it's been a restless night for Pemberley Dreadstench.
Mm-hmm.
As Dirk has left, she essentially panics. And she just spends as much time scouring the place for as much information as she can. Just not necessarily even reading it, just throwing it all together in a pile. And then sits beside it, just stares at it. Stays that way, just scared out of her mind.
Hmm.
And it's that way for a while. But as dawn breaks, she is resolute. She gathers all the papers together and makes her way out of Mark's hovel. As she passes, as the sun is rising in the sky, and casting pinks and oranges across the sky, bits and pieces. First, the hoop skirt falls to the ground, revealing some very tall boots. As she goes, her eyes go to the sky, and she casts, and you see some sort of arcane flash across her eyes. Recognition goes on her face. And then, every repeat, a chemis falls to the ground. A vest. Cane. Wig. And then she finally, her hands glow as she touches her face. And she continues her trek to the city, papers in hand. Is she intercepted by the lightning jaw?
I mean, I don't think you would be intercepted. I mean, if
it was for me, they would have noted you, but not detained you.
I mean, it's a couple of things. You could pass for anyone, so the assumption could just be that you live here. So no, nobody stops you. I think a more interesting question is, like, would someone even recognize you anymore?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No one would recognize me. No one would remember me.
Yeah. I don't think Wild could even find you if he wanted to.
No.
Unless you wanted to be found.
No, I go to the nearest guard and just ask, like, excuse me, what's your name?
Oh boy, I don't know, Allie. He's Bill the Storm Guard. Okay, we'll go with that.
Hey, Bill. Nice to meet you. Looks like everything's going well. Go DACA. Anyway, I was wondering, do you know where the 5 pints are? Big Warforged, tiny guy with a guitar.
Yeah. They're
frog.
I mean, last time I heard, like, they've been up with all the other important people up in the temple.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll just go see myself in then. Yeah. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah.
Thank you. I hope you have a very pleasant morning. And fuck.
He does give you a look like he's like, "What just happened?" But he doesn't make any effort to stop you.
I'll head towards the temple.
Yeah.
You probably meet Wild as he is returning with Morig and Cyrus and Brando, just being like, no, it's weird. She was here like yesterday though. It's fine. We'll figure her in later. Later.
She seemed kind of freaked out the other day. Maybe she's just needs a minute, you know.
Yeah, it didn't look like a fun time.
A lot's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pemberley kind of pivots and just like is kind of is silently observing.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I drop you two off on the ground.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
I didn't realize I was being carried.
Just carrying one person under each arm. I'm gonna. So Pemberley, you are headed toward the tent. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm just sort of very, just slowly, cautiously, just following behind.
Okay. I'm gonna say, coming up on lunchtime, you guys are going to start having a meeting. Bramble Mother's nowhere to be found.
Brando would be kind of slouched in whatever seat he's in, just sipping on a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
His eyes are very squinted, like he doesn't even want to open them.
Brando,
It's all like red and
you gotta be able to rest sometime.
Yeah.
Meeting. I can rest after this meeting then.
That's fair.
But the four of you have gathered.
Is Morik here also?
If you want. At this point, I feel like Morag is falling more into, just being part of the troops at this point.
I was agreeing, but I didn't want to not include him. When in doubt, he could just wait outside the tent,
I mean, if you guys want to keep
Morag.
Morag close, that's on you. But
well, hey guy who plays him.
Yeah.
I was actually about to chime in.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you want Zakar to offer Morag a job, now would be a great time.
Probably could.
Yep.
Hey, Zakar! Morik was super helpful during this whole fight, and also he's probably better at, everything than I am, honestly. But anyways, you should totally hire him.
Zakar, he could shoot the wings off of a fly at night and then disappear entirely to then shoot the wings off of a different fly in the same night.
He's very good at tracking.
Brando just sips his coffee and goes, Morig's pretty good. We need him.
Yeah.
Let's include him on this.
What would his Zakar? What would if you were to hire Morig? Are you intending to put him in a military position, or do you just want to invite him to Black Ram, for something in particular, or what's your intention?
Zakar's intention would largely be get him on the vassal payroll in general.
Okay.
Since he definitely does, from Zakar's perspective, is he's militarily useful, but he's not exactly a leadership unit the unit of Wild, who is the most unit.
Mm-hmm. Who is the absolute unit, one would say?
Yeah, exactly.
I could see Morgan and Davin working together, because I bet Morgan would be really good at spy stuff.
And
I'd also say if Zakar's somehow unable to go on this, then we could replace him with Morig. So we'll give
whoever you need to tag.
Choices on who to pick.
Morig has actually, out of character, has worked out better than I really could have ever hoped.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because he was kind of just Chris and I made him up in a half hour. It just came together.
Yeah.
So you can never be too sure of how these things are going to go, but it's gone so flawlessly. Mm-hmm. So turning him into a more permanent NPC would be great.
Yep.
But that said, Zakar would want to put him on the vassal payroll, just no, you're coming with us. Period. You are my new intern to make it an acquisitions joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to pitch it, to actually have the conversation between these two characters, would go something of hey, you're useful, and the others want to keep you, but I understand that you have accomplished your objective of just reclaiming your home. So I'm gonna offer you a job, put you on payroll, to become a vassal of the barony of Blackram. Fringe benefits include a yearly salary, healthcare,
401k.
Your 401k, and your own bar tab.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Especially because it will also give you advancement opportunities, in addition to the the opportunity to kill the people who invaded your home even more so than you have already done and that we have already performed. So, also, I mean, Bahamut is we're a very Bahamut-friendly organization, and also the Platinum Dragon himself does have a little bit of a vested interest in us because of this whole like world eater thing, which I can only assume that, of course, Cyrus babbled to you about, and so if you want to kick Tierfang in and also save the world, you should definitely take this offer.
And I'm kind of feeling like the only thing that Morag might have an issue with, because obviously, like, yeah, the job would be a great opportunity for him and all that, but really the only reason that he even came into your guys' periphery was because he had been kicked out of his home, and
which he now has back.
And now he has the opportunity to go back. So I guess the big question is, how does Morag feel about, now that he's gone through the trouble of getting revenge, how does he feel about just leaving it all behind to do something different?
Glossing over all of the role play of basically going like of Zakar not pleading, but like making the case of like, all right, yeah, you have your home back, but you're also being invited to a team that is intent on making sure you can keep your home by this time next year. Because if we fail, you are not going to have a home to go back to. So, this is in fact a short-term investment that you can quit at any time. We're a right-to-work state, and and come back with your pockets that much more full of gold. Say this time in most likely 2 years.
Brando's like,
does
I've
that
never heard Zakar give this kind of offer. Apparently something you did really impressed him. I'd say take it.
Yeah.
And that's how I believe Zakar could actually make a convincing argument to Morg to be like, yeah, it does kind of suck to like win back your home and then lose it in 6 months. So,
But simultaneously, like, I think he's had time to absorb the fact that it's like, aside from all of this, there's a big thing coming up. And if I don't help the people who are going to address it, then it's not going to matter that I saved home today.
Correct. In addition to, like, I mean, also, not to get too meta, but, like, he would probably just end up helping anyway once he does, in fact, see how bad it is. Because it's not like Fairbrook is going to, like, it's either fight now or fight later with shittier odds.
Right.
Is also part of the like, what Zakar would explain to him. So that's how I think we could, in fact, not cajole, like, this is not going to be a permanent change. Morg is obviously not going to be, like, he's probably not going to move to Black Ram in, like, the retirement sense. But I think we could get him on the team for the foreseeable future.
Sure.
At the very least.
Yeah, I think that's pretty easy to convince him to do that. To at least like, sign on for a year or two, depending on how things go. But with the promise that he could leave when it suits him. And I don't think we have to roleplay that terribly. I think he gets it and he agrees, and that's the end of that. And we can officially close the book on Morag as a player character.
Okay, I can't remember. Do you have his character sheet?
I'm sure I do, and if I don't, I will get it from you later.
Okay. Well, obviously I have all of his stuff, so you tell me like what you need of him, and we can.
Yeah, sure. I'll probably work up like a what's the word, like a retainer stat block for him somewhere down the line. But I have a lot of characters I need to do that with still, so no rush. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I'll just keep his character sheet and the PDF of the build, the Marshall Ranger stuff.
No worries. Okay. Does the meeting continue with him present, or is he dismissed?
Well, no, he just signed on, so.
And we
welcome.
did Zone of Truth him.
And we did Zone of Truth him, so he can. He will stay. Since he's gonna hear all this anyway.
Sure.
Just
okay.
Later, so it doesn't matter.
Fair enough. Okay. Continue.
Okay. So, meeting. Everyone's here. We addressed Morrig. So, with that, Zakar turns and sits back down in his usual spot and says, "Okay, Cyrus, Brando, talk magic to me. Can either of you get a message to General Barock faster than than a land-based messenger?"
I have no messaging capabilities.
I only have these sending stones, and they're to very specific people.
I could politely ask a bird.
Yep.
I was actually about to say wild. You might have to ask a bird.
I can do that.
Okay.
Have the bird talk to him.
Does it work both?
And have it fly.
Do the birds work both ways, Wild?
What?
I don't. On typical Animal Messenger, they just go.
Oh,
They never
well,
return a
so
message.
here's the thing.
He doesn't have Animal Messenger.
No.
If you mean Animal Messenger, then no, I'm totally fucked. However, I do have speak with animals.
Oh, so you just politely ask.
I could politely ask a bird and like give him a salmon or something or a nut. And then tell him that there will be further nuts if he delivers to this place.
I can save you some time. I mean, you guys could be clever about this, but you know from talking to animals previously that it's like, hey, can you carry this to General Barock? They'd be like, sure. What's a General Barock?
See?
Yeah, okay.
Brando's actually laughing in his chair. A little bit delirious.
Yeah.
Actually,
Delirium.
hey, where's the magic goblin?
Magic.
I don't know.
Oh,
I couldn't find her.
her. Yeah, I think she seemed pretty stressed out. But the other day, I think she just needed some time. We didn't see her.
I saw her last.
If only
You kind of hear a knock on the door. Sorry. Knock on the tent. Actually, well, it kind of knocks. It's a knock on the tent, but then like because it's a tent, it's like the fabric.
It's just like. Yeah. So, Bramble Mother Pemberley, were you just sitting outside, like trying to gain the courage to walk through the door this whole time, and now you're like, oh, that's my cue.
Yeah, because she's a very nervous, very nervous girl.
Yep.
Yeah, it kind of, hi. And you.
I opened a little flap. Hello.
Hello. And you see a very kind of a little. Chris, do you have the picture? Or,
you know, I know that we talked about. Yeah, if you have it, do share, because
send it over to us.
If I have it, I don't actually know where it is.
Okay, I'll send
I'm also not 100% sure which picture we landed on.
It's well, it's a teeny tiny little cutey thing.
Yeah.
With
a goblin woman you don't recognize.
Yeah, and they're just barely into adulthood. green hair with bangs that you could tell were haphazardly cut with scissors. It's kind of pulled into a bun, and some like wearing some very big boots. A very drab pants, black pants, black shirt, and a very puffy jacket.
Was it this one?
Gaze with you. Yes.
That's the art we're going with. Okay.
Wait,
yeah, that's the one.
I found it.
Send it.
I found it.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Question: were you wearing a disguise before, or did you actually change your form?
I was wearing she was wearing a disguise, and she had mud on her face, so when she put her hand to her face, she cast prestidigitation.
Okay. So you're still the same general build as you were before.
General build, although like proportionally it might look very weird because she has you think that her legs would have been longer than they were, but she's actually just a tiny thing with very, very big boots.
Aw.
Wild just goes, "Hello, little lady. We are currently looking for an old little lady. So do you need a helper or something, or?"
Wild, all goblins don't know each other. That's super rude.
Well, no, I was just saying I was looking for an old one, not a young one.
I see you're learning something.
Oh, wait.
Ears perk
We know that voice.
Oh, well.
She sounds different.
You might have known that voice because earlier when she was seeing the dead, a lot of the dead bodies, you were hearing like, what the fuck.
Her accent shifted a bit.
Yeah, her accent kind of slipped a lot. So I don't know if you've heard that or if that rings a bell, but yeah, she's yeah.
Wild might have picked up on it.
Yeah, Wild.
Yeah.
Kind of just goes, right. Come in, please. And then he shuts the flap.
That's convenient. Good timing. And then upon seeing her, it's like, wait, who are you?
Hi. Long story. I just sort of. Anyway, yeah. Hi. Nice to see you again, Pemberley. I come bringing stuff of indeterminate content. Kind of like just drops a huge stack of papers in the middle of the room.
Random coffee.
Yeah, this is awkward. Yeah, sorry, this is awkward.
Why do you, pardon if it's rude to ask, why do you look different?
Or wait, okay. Never mind, Cyrus already sees through it. Okay, go ahead.
Oh. I mean, I thought we recognized the voice. Also, Cyrus can cast locate object. I assume you have the friendship coin still.
Well, yes, I do have the friendship coin.
Not only that, Cyrus, but you have magic eyes that sees people's souls.
That's well, that's true. My mom dies, but they just see.
Yeah, actually, on that subject, I think the rest of us are probably hella confused. And
yeah, they're just like, "What the hell are you talking about? We have an old lady."
So is Cyrus able to use the spirit vision while with the cloak of ice?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, because you can use your normal eyes with the cloak of eyes.
Okay, never mind.
Currently, my normal eyes are Bahamut eyes, so.
Yes, we need secondary visions. Yeah.
That makes never mind. All right, back into character.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Cyrus, you clearly know this goblin. Did you make another friend?
Oh, I mean, I think I'm pretty sure. Forgive me if I've made a mistake, and I'm doing the thing where I think all goblins look alike. You sound like our friend Bramble Mother, and I think I can see that you have her friendship coin on you.
Yeah. No. I take it out.
Hey.
Brando blinks. What's going on here?
Yeah. How do I even explain this? I'm, first of all, really fucking sorry. Second of all, Yeah, I'm need your help. The only ones I can really trust.
It is okay, little thief goblin.
Yeah.
It is okay. Once we
Yeah,
find our friend the Bramble Mother, everything will go perfectly according to plan. Did you do a steal?
In our friend
First-
wear her skin as a skin. Did you?
What?
Anyway, I don't know. This might be even easier. I am the woods on me. Oh my goodness. Oh, my husband, something, cockroaches, whatever. Anyway.
Oh, whoa. Holy crap. Man,
good
she does a
voices.
really good impression. Oh. Oh. Wow.
W-
You look different.
Yeah.
It's a good look. I'm not criticizing. Just different.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks. Really, it's yeah, haven't had a chance to, or at least do dads in a good long while. Anyway, I just anyway, I was just, I first of all, really, I'm sorry. I'm look, I what can I say? I've been spying on you for the past week.
Brando.
You've been with us.
Coffee really hard, and then
Spits his coffee out.
Oh, I
yeah,
guess you're spying on us while you were with
What?
us. I understand now.
Yeah.
Brando's eyes widen, and then he readies a rumble de thump. At her.
Whoa, Brando.
What?
Wait, hold on. This is. I mean, friend, right?
Wild grab Cyrus.
Ah,
Do what? What? Why would Wild Grace? Well,
hey,
hold on
I'm
a minute.
strong. I can fight back.
Beverly stares straight into the barrel of the gun.
Wild puts his hand in front of the gun.
Against all emotions.
Not
on
taking
everybody.
it, not taking it, just putting his hand in front of it, and we
Yeah.
just goes, all right, hold on a moment.
The car uses Ring of the Ram.
Oh no!
On which target in this room?
Reaction.
Okay, so the thing is that it's actually a spell attack, so it is Pemberley.
Okay.
I could use a reaction if I'm standing near her, which we're really close, right? Shield,
I'd say it.
motherfucker.
That's a spell save?
But
No. It's
No,
I
it's an
get to
attack
roll
roll.
to hit you now.
The spell attack
Really?
roll. You can cast shield on someone else.
Well, I've got the shield ring, the Bahamut ring cast shield on someone else, but I also have
Oh, okay.
my aura protection. If they're within 10 feet of me, I can use my shield to block them,
Okay.
or
Great.
attempt to use my shield to block them.
Right, protection style.
Yep.
Also, Brando might have the gun aimed, but he's trying to hold his hand out to Zakar, going like, "Wait."
The man with the gun says, "Whoa, let's not get crazy."
So he's not in pure thinking mode, but he's like, he can't react. He's angry, he's upset, but he's like, let's hear her out. I need more coffee.
Hard
19 to hit.
to think.
Yes.
19 to hit.
Brando's face trussed up out.
Okay. Illusory self.
Alright. Is that a reaction?
When for short rest, or you can create an illusory duplicate of yourself. When the creature makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to interpose a duplicate between the attacker and yourself. The attack automatically misses, and the illusion dissipates.
Nice.
Yo.
Shield.
It sounds an awful lot like, Zakar used the Ring of the Ram. Cyrus interposed himself so that he could absorb it with his shield and his aura and everything, and successfully blocked an attack that hit a target that wasn't there.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, hold on a moment. Who did you spy for? Are you still spying?
No.
I mean, if she told us, that
So you're not a spy no more.
I'm not a spy no more. I was a spy for a week.
And now you flip.
Yeah.
Cyrus, zone of
Not
truth,
exactly.
please.
I'm not exactly Sure, what the
Cyrus, please.
Well, okay, hold on.
It's okay,
Let's-
Zona truth me.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Zakar casts lightning.
Aura of protection. Gain a bonus equal to my charisma modifier. Stop attacking.
No,
Saving-
that's fine. No, like Osiris, it's an AOE.
Saving throws?
Saving
Same
throws.
goes for all of
Yeah.
us. All right.
Who's getting hit?
It sounds like
Me?
Pemberley and Wild and Cyrus.
And I think the aura of protection applies to anybody who's within 10 feet of me.
Sure.
So you just get a bonus to your saving, bonus +4 to your save.
Okay. What is it?
saving
A
throws.
dex?
Yeah, I think lightning bolt's dicks.
I always forget if it's dex or a con.
I'm pretty sure it's Dex.
Boy, I think that I'm good at.
I love that everyone looking through like items is the exact same. Like, oh, hold on, like.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, it is. Lightning strike.
I have to be rolling
Okay.
close quarters because I never get to use these.
Rustle of
abilities.
papers.
Yep.
Yeah, we're talking DC 17 Dexterity.
Okay.
Go.
And then +4.
14.
Did I roll? Nope, it did not.
All right, I have advantage on dex saves that I can see. Lightning, I assume I can see.
Zakar, I don't think you needed to make the attack. Or make the save.
What do you mean?
There you go.
Chris,
Oh,
the
God.
19 was from the Ring of the Ram.
Oh,
yeah, 19
sorry.
was Ring of the Ram.
Sorry, that's me not paying attention.
I did not make the save.
Matt, you privately rolled that, so I have no idea what the result was.
Oh, rude. I did privately roll that.
Yep.
It was a 22, but hold on. I like to roll
I'll
things.
Hey.
okay.
Oh no, you're fine.
We're all friends here.
I was gonna say, Brando, are you in the line of fire?
I feel like
I don't
Brando's the one person that is just hanging back. Like, I'm just gonna hang back here and see how this
because
plays out.
Yeah, the thing is, it's a 5-foot line that goes for like 100 feet. So that's why I'm like, I don't think you're saving.
Yeah.
Brando.
With a loud crack, a lightning bolt flies through 3 of your allies and through the wall of the tent. Just
Okay, so that's 25 damage to Cyrus and Pemberley, and half damage to Cyrus.
yeah.
Not Cyrus.
12 to Wild.
12 to Wild. Yeah.
Did we heal up?
Oh, yeah,
Well,
it's been a few
I
days.
assume we were-
Yeah, it's been at least 24 hours since you
Yeah.
were in combat, so.
That doesn't do the math. Dang it.
Yeah, I was about to say, it was like, we got a long rest at the very least.
Does Foundry do the math for you on the hit points?
On hit points?
Yeah, if you just type in -25.
Yes,
It works
Like,
on
even
tokens.
on your
I don't
sheet.
know if it works on the sheet.
it does.
Okay.
It does. That's the way that I do it, is I do
Okay.
it on my sheet.
Great.
Let me try again. -25. Okay, there we go. Cool. That time it worked. Ow! It's a car.
The car is not listening and is already on the other side of all of you.
I cast command.
And is currently reaching towards the goblin.
I command you to halt.
Wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
DC 16. You could probably pass this.
Hang on. Let's see. Oh, okay. That is not that. Okay. Okay, so wisdom saving throw.
16.
Rolling. 1d+t plus. 18.
I'm using meta magic to give you disadvantage on that. Titan
Okay.
spell, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're still gonna pass. 'Cause that's on my life.
You
Oh,
nope.
no.
14.
But guess what I can do?
Oh.
What
can
can
roll.
you
Do you
do?
have luck?
No, I have Diamond Soul.
Oh.
Because whenever you make a saving throw and fail, you can spend 1 key point to re-roll it. You have to take the second result, so this is my one shot. But
This is your one shot. You have to roll under a. You have to roll under a 9. Roll under a 9.
You have disadvantage on the
Fuck a
on the second
14.
roll. Yeah. Okay.
Cyrus can't be cool. It's fine. This
Full
is
force.
fine. I tried.
that would be more of a DM decision because we're getting into some weird PvP math. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you make
Is
a
it-
quick athletics check
Is that a
Yes.
grapple check?
or acrobatics, whichever pleases you?
Zakar,
Um,
what were you were you going to grapple Pemberley?
yes.
Yeah, he was gonna
Yeah.
get a hand on her, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, no, I'll take that hand.
So I'll give you an option here, Zakar. You can either attempt to grapple Pemberley or attempt to not be grappled by Wild.
Okay. In that instance, then the narrative demands that Zakar grapples Pemberley.
Okay.
Oh damn, this is a hell of a Mexican standoff, gang.
Yeah. So go ahead and make a grapple check against Pemberley. And,
Okay, and that's just strength, right?
It's an athletics check versus.
Oh, it's athletics.
Yeah, and Pemberley will roll either an athletics or a acrobatics check if she wants to resist.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, you're scary sparky guy. No. You're scary.
Oh.
Good little goblin, good.
Yeah.
No.
No, this is no.
Look,
This
do you
is
want to get
her-
any information before you kill me? Okay.
While you are now holding the car.
Yeah, no, you absolutely have the firmest vice grip on the hand that was going to grab Pemberley, like either like probably by like her shirt and like hold her up one-handed because tiny goblin.
Tiny.
And then hisses back in retort of Zakar hisses back in retort of, "You don't get to die, you get to suffer!"
Whoa, whoa.
They. Okay, then suffering. I don't know. You can torture the fuck out of me later. Just
We don't do torture. Zakar. We don't do torture. Okay?
don't do torture.
Well, I did strongly pointing at my eyes. We don't do torture.
Cyrus.
No. Oh.
Cyrus.
Oh.
Cyrus.
Sorry.
Please. Zone of
Sorry.
truth.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, I can do that. I will cast Zone of Truth.
Zone of
Resisting.
truth. Anybody who wants to resist can do so now,
No.
but it's going to affect everybody that's 10.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So Cyrus, everyone here is gonna tell the truth, right?
Or they're at least not going to lie.
At the very least. Miss Goblin, Pemberley.
Are you willingly failing? There's a wisdom save. Or,
Yeah, willingly.
sorry, a charisma save.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like it sounds like everybody's failing.
Please proceed to tell us the things.
Okay, the things. Yeah, so, you all, are my mission. First mission. My only mission. See, I was kind of assigned a post in Swamp. And yeah, I've been there for a very long time. I was kind of like waiting for a while. I mean, they said it was a really special assignment. It was really, really cool. Anyway, anyway, my yeah.
A demon.
So
A demon told you that?
no, well, not a demon. I don't know, some sort of mid-level guy. Nice suit. A nice uniform. I don't know. It could have been a yeah. I think it could have been one of the demons. I don't know. It's been 7 fucking years. Yeah, they said I was on a very very cool assignment, and that I would be able to help the Empire, and that I would be able to help save all the goblins, and it would be really, really cool. But then I was stuck in a post for 7 years, and then they said, "Oh yeah, they'll call you. Yeah, they'll call you." Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess I saw first 6 months. Saw a witch somewhere. Turns out she had a peanut allergy. And yeah, she died. And then she involuntarily left me a whole bunch of books. And so yeah, I was reading books for 7 years, and yeah, and on illusion magic and Golden Girls and Night Court and a whole bunch of fun things like that. Oh yeah, Family Circus. Family Circus is very important.
I remember that thing.
I love
very clever.
it.
Very clever. It's a real slice of life. Anyway, but finally, I was told by my handler, different person, that I was on assignment. I was gonna watch this group, report in what they're doing, and then yeah, so I did. Reported, cast sending to him, told him to do it. Seemed like he really kind of knew what you were already up to anyway. I don't know if it was because of the eye thing or because I look at Wild, and I kind of look at the group, and I'm like, yeah, Scran would work on all you. But anyway, yeah, and then I was asked to do something else. And I really feel kind of bad about it. And they asked me to get a stone.
A stone.
A stone. When you're sending stones.
Oh,
And
one of our sending stones.
yeah, it was kind of serendipitous that your artificer had a little bit of a psychological respite.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, I went over, sent it to my handler, said they would that. And then, we got the letter. A letter from saying that they were eating people and stuff like that. And it was kind of like, yeah, right. I mean, this is the Empire. I mean, we don't do things like that. We don't slaughter people. I mean, heck, we're trying to liberate Felbrook. So I mean, come on. But
liberate Fairbrook from who?
Daka from Odenheim.
But they weren't under. They're their own kingdom.
They're
to bring in Doc and. Oh, okay. I don't know about the king.
Fucking king. I don't know. They said they were gonna liberate him. It was just. I don't know. I've been in a hut for 7 years. I don't. They told me that they were gonna liberate. And then I take out. I guess you could. I go to move into to dig into my pack, and then I just I look at everybody. I'm like, you can look at my pack, and yes, in it you see a whole bunch of posters. And they're all kind of they're very you would see them they're very memorable or reminiscent of 1950s posters. Careless whispers may take disaster. Beware of holy speech.
boy.
Please report it to the.
Yes.
And
yeah.
and going like, yeah,
Propaganda posters.
this can happen to you, and you see like the hammer of Odenheim, like
Smashing a goblin.
smashing a whole bunch of goblins, and then like another poster, like how much are your ears worth to you?
Oh
Stuff
gosh.
like that.
Oh.
But yeah, Brando's looking through those, going like, "Did you get the sending stone while I was passed out?"
I think when you were having the panic attack, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, actually, when you were passed out, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, psychological respite also, I think with this, psychological respite also means being passed out. At least to me, I don't know how the mechanics of that work. I've never done Stone of Truth before.
Bramble Mother, or sorry, Lise, you said your name
What?
was
Yes.
Pemberley?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Have you seen other goblins outside of? I mean, you've been in a swamp, but the goblins aren't in danger in other parts of the world. Where I'm from, I come from Glenn's Landing, and we have lots of goblins there, and they run shops. Sometimes they're kind of annoying, but it's not like people are fighting with them. We have we got a what's that goblin the annoying goblin who's trying with you guys before? Grook Dreadstench. She's fine. Nobody's gonna hunt her ears.
She is currently
Probably.
holding a pet of mine,
Yes.
which is a goo. A little square of goo.
The goblins are free.
Grook's doing that? Oh, what the fuck?
How are we sure
I haven't
this?
seen her since I was 3.
Oh,
Anyway.
are you a? I should assume.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Hey, you were making progress.
I've tried.
Yeah, but my family's, I mean, first I lived in Tierfang, and then I lived in the hut. You don't really, you really aren't let out that often, so. I mean, you have to have permits, and you have to make sure that you aren't smuggling anything to or from the gates, and you aren't doing anything like that. So, yeah, it's a whole bunch of paperwork. So family reunions, I've only been like once. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
Well,
anyway, but
how do
I don't
you
know.
How are you feeling so far about what the Tierfang feels like is liberation? It didn't seem very good yesterday. So is that when your alliance changed? When you finally seen what is real?
I honestly couldn't believe my eyes. I had to verify for myself that General Longelis wasn't like, acting all rogue and killing bullywugs and goblins just for shits and giggles. I mean, a few bad apples and all that. But
Something.
I was told she authorized it. She authorized it. That it was her orders. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the saying goes that whoever is leading gets to write the history, or the winners write history. So, I guess the word is propaganda. They were telling you one thing and using your own, being against you, thinking that you were fighting for the right cause.
You thought you were doing something good for someone good. And it was a lie, but I'm sure there's a part of you that still wants to believe it.
Until you saw it with your own eyes.
Honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore. That's why I'm going to you guys, because I don't trust anyone apart from you. You were the only ones that have been, decent, nice, kind. And it's a rarity, And I sort of twiddle the friendship token in my hand, and I'm like, yes. I mean, I've had acquaintances, like, My family probably even assumes I'm dead. No, because you gotta be good or else you get disappeared.
Yeah.
Brando lowers his gun now, puts it in his holster
Okay, cool.
on his back, and asks, "What do you want deep down?"
I also have retroverse too.
Yeah.
Want to know what's real?
I mean, obviously we've just met you. Kind of again.
Yeah, pleased to meet you.
But you're welcome to try. Well, I kind of looked at Zakar for, like, just to see what his face is doing on all this. I believe that you.
Zakar's face is the most perturbed you have seen it since, like, meeting the Raven Queen and dealing with, like, an Aboleth all in the same day.
Does it look like he still wants to murder her, though?
Well, okay, to quote him, murder is not the plan.
Right.
Because that's too easy.
Uh-huh. Will they be tortured?
No, it hasn't changed that much.
Mm-hmm. We're bringing it along. We're bringing it along. I'm not gonna lie. I have one last thing to ask the Bramble Mother before I trust.
Hey, this spell lasts 10 minutes. You got time.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'll just say to Bramble Mother, I can't speak for my friends, and I am naive in many ways, but I think if you want to travel with us and find out for yourself what to believe, I think that would be good. And
No, I'm okay with that. If you don't, I understand if you don't want to. I think I was told a Cambrian took that stone. So I cast Scry on it. I know where it is. Oh, the least I could do is try to get it back.
Then let's try to get it back. Because, actually, we can probably roll on this. Which stone did she take?
You check your pack. The one that you don't find, let me make sure I...
Because I think we had a blue one and a green one.
Yeah,
and,
the one you don't find is the blue one.
And let me look at the notes, because the blue...
I was gonna say, which one is that connected to? Or who is it connected to?
Mm-hmm.
Going to my back. Oh no.
Is that to Bifrost? Wilhelm. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's literally our main source of info.
I know.
It's one of our most. It's one of our most important, like, NPC people. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
We don't know where he is. It's all good.
Yeah, they can only listen in to him and all the things that he says.
Yeah.
Highly, incredibly important things.
Yeah.
Shh.
Wild, do you have another question?
Yeah, Wild has one last question.
Want me to? Do you know where Wilhelm is? I could try to do ascending to him, or try to get.
No, don't.
You could do a bird. You could do a bird. Send message to him. Tell him not to. Don't speak into that standing stone. Don't do it.
We'll figure it out. Pemberley Dreadstench, do you hereby reject the Tearfang's orders over you? Do you acknowledge that the 5 Pints will not attack you? I look at our resident grumpy monk, and I just go, because right now, your help will help us get the better foot, and at the end of the day, clear this war up as quickly and as bloodlessly as possible. At least for the innocent. Mr. Frank will be a very bloody death, but that is neither here nor there.
Brando tries to think for a moment and go, How about we try to help you see what we see? You might not have to see the same thing that we do, but at least choose to question and keep questioning your former beliefs and search for the truth. Because
Also,
that
Yeah.
sounds like what you want.
I won't do anything in my power to hurt you.
are you okay with us trying to kill the Empress? Because that's kind of our plan.
No,
It's okay
I
not
think
to be okay with that.
Yeah, but just so we're clearing the table. That's clearing the air. I don't know words.
Unless something
No, I
incredible
think-
happens. Go ahead.
I think. I don't know if I'd be able to strike the killing blow at this venture, but
Would you stand
I
against us?
think. No. When. I think you've been truer to me than she has. Actually, truth be told, I've never met her in my life. Racina. It's all holed up in her castle, and yeah. I feel like an idiot.
Zakar, do you have any questions?
Taylor?
Zakar continues to hold his glare, but for the first time in this whole affair, he finally takes his eyes off of Pemberley, and shifts his gaze to Cyrus, and says, "Yes, but not for her."
Uh-oh. Fair enough.
We need her to... Actually, checking. This won't be a trap that you'll be leading us into to get the sending stone back, will it?
Oh, honestly, that's when I was only given just keep tabs on you, sending stone. Wasn't really given any information. I mean, any information regarding it is in these papers. I didn't even look at them.
All right.
I don't know, and honestly, I don't even know if they're true or not. I mean, they could be misinformation. They could be real, but honestly, I think they might have some sort of grain of truth in them, even if they are fabricated.
That's fair. Also, how do we know that this form is your real form?
Me.
Let me see if I have the spell. I might. Come on, stupid thing. Let's go. That's a 5th level spell. Oh God, I don't have it. Oh poop.
I don't know. I mean, if I'm doing disguise self, I mean, heck, you can, I don't know, touch my face, do whatever. I mean,
Technically, I mean,
yeah, if I'm
don't
waiting a
mind
long
dead
time.
man with the cloak is. We're still in the zone of truth. It's fine.
Okay. Brando still
I trust.
slowly goes up to her, reaching behind him, pulls out a mustache,
And she kind of she starts back a little bit.
gets a mustache, puts it on her, and says, "You are a frog now."
That's good.
I'm so fucking confused.
That's good enough for me.
Good enough for me. Fine.
Welcome
Help
to
us
the party.
find that stone. We will help you find the truth.
Thank you. I thank you. I look at everybody. I'm like, thank you, and then my eyes kind of dart past the car. Just like,
Oh, don't do anything to piss him off. He will end you if you betray us.
Mm.
And running means you'll only die tired.
Yeah, I think you'd end somebody just for funsies. Oh, you're a dour pum. Anyway, yeah.
Fuck you, it's cultural.
Yeah, fuck you too.
I let the car go and I just go. It is a good fun time.
Fine. Let's all have a seat at the table. I'm already stressed out enough as is. I'm not going to faint, though.
Yeah, your eyes are looking red. What? Okay.
Back asleep. I've been helping heal whoever's wounded, citizen and soldier.
Mm-hmm. You're also
endeavor.
Right.
I usually don't have this much hair on my face. You usually don't have that much hair on your face.
Yeah.
Straight to the mustache.
I don't know. Looks good on you.
No, your mustache, but
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that looks good on me. I don't know if it looks good on you.
So I should probably mention, she did bring an exhaustive pile of parchments, which she
I can't read devil, or goblin.
It's written
or
it's mostly written in common.
Oh, I can read.
Doesn't matter. Morig can speak and write Infernal.
Right.
I can read and write Goblin and Primordial.
Goblin Infernal.
Brando's common and dwarven.
Yeah. It's fine. You guys can figure it out. But the long and short of it.
Hold on, Chris.
Okay.
We're not done yet.
Okay.
I'll say, like, do I end the spell, or is there another question to be asked?
But before we dive into paperwork and actually advance the plot,
yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
As we, as Zakar is released from Wild's grip and the others begin making their way to the table, Zakar takes several steps, and Cyrus finds a staff of thunder and lightning resting gently across his armor.
Okay. I stay put.
And with that same absolutely homicidal, sadistic intensity from before, stares at Cyrus in the middle of a zone of truth and says, "Did you know?"
I knew that she passed her save last time.
Don't blame him. It's not his fault.
Zakar puts down the staff and very nearly headbutts Cyrus, getting so close into his face, and just says, "Don't bullshit me, Frog. Did you know?"
Did Cyrus know what, Zakar? Brando's still, his brain not working, not putting two and two together yet.
I had reason to believe that something was up, but I wanted to believe. I wanted to trust, and so I chose to trust.
Cyrus.
Brando looks at Cyrus. Trust? What's going on here?
I'm not actually going to shout this next part, but Zakar is screaming at the top of his fucking lungs. It's like, I come to you with traitors. I throw them at your feet, Cyrus Brightblade. And this is how you react? This is...
If we are...
Get out.
Sorry. Cyrus leaves.
Brando's still running it through his head in his sleepiness.
Fall.
I tell me what happened, Zakar.
Well, you were
tell
there.
Following out the
Cyrus
tent.
did this.
You were there, Brando, although maybe you were too indisposed. Somehow, some way, little goblin here was able to get past Cyrus's zone of truth when we cast it on her before. The way Cyrus explained the magic to me is that that's entirely possible, but they can't do it without him knowing.
I'm seeing the effects now. Yeah, it was affecting all of us.
And gestures too. So there's no way that Cyrus couldn't have known something about this entire time and just let it happen.
Brando is silent for a moment and then goes, "Oh, shit. How many times has this been now?"
According to, well, just about any military law that you would go and read and find, and kind of looks at Wild.
Mm-hmm.
What Cyrus did is pretty textbook treason. If it were any more textbook, I guess they'd be a goblin. Gesturing to Pemberley.
You're so glad Pemberley's not in the room.
No, yeah, I was about to say, it was like, Pemberley is already left. You are so lucky you're not being racist in front of goblins right now.
Zakar thought she was still in the room.
Oh.
I think she followed out the tent.
Exited with...
That's fine.
And, Brando is like, "Can we speak amongst ourselves for a moment? You can join us in the tent for a sec to I cannot pronounce that name Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn?
Mm-hmm.
I think she
yeah, you got it.
Gwendolyn's not here.
She left. Yeah.
No, who's the dread stench that Allie is?
Pemberley.
Pemberley.
Please type that into the chat. I see it now.
It's on her character sheet.
Yeah, that's fine.
But also, she left, Brando.
Leave us for a moment as we discuss this, because
She left.
She's gone.
Okay.
She left. She left when I left.
followed Cyrus.
Yeah, it's just three of you in the tent. Well, I guess Morg's probably there also, just kind of like silently taking this in.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He's eating
You're
fucking...
in a real awkward wheel.
He's eating peanuts in the corner, just being like, well, this took a turn.
Brando then replaces his coffee with liquor. A bad decision, yes, but Brando's like, it is very unfortunate that our paladin friend is too trusting. From the goblin that I'm pretty sure that Cyrus gave a friendship token to another goblin. Oh, this makes me question Brooke, and I don't want to question Grook. But
it questions everything.
Our paladin needs to learn to be more skeptical. Otherwise, we keep on letting the wrong people in, and it bites us in the ass.
Hey, no, I'm not there anymore.
Maybe not skeptical. Maybe just willing to tell us. That's all I ask for. The fact that Cyrus didn't let us know, I don't think betrays anything on his part other than a lack of faith in us. We need to do something to repair this. The 5 pints are to be... If we're to be a party together, we have to trust one another above all.
Brando thinks on that for a little bit. Also, feel free to say something, Zakar. Or Taylor.
Zakar, you already know how I feel about any other tertiary, what do you call them? Tertiary motives creeping in on our actual, real job here. He's foolish, stupid, short-sighted. Do I like a traitor? No. Am I going to trust that dread stench? No. Am I going to kill that dread stench or let you do it? No. I'm here for one thing, and that's the head of the Empress of Tirfang.
Brando looks up and cocks his head at Wild. Why are you making sense right now?
Using the goblin is all well and good. Peace offering that she has is better.
I will admit, she had huge lady cojones to come up to us and admit all that.
And that's what makes me want to take a chance. You guys found me with a lot less to do.
And it's going to be on my mind forever with the blue sending stone.
Oh, we have to get that stone back.
We have to get that stone back. If we don't, then people very important to us are in danger. Hell, I don't mind going back into Tierfang just to get that stone. I'll destroy that stone if I have to.
Alternatively, according to our goblin, she has the spell that we need. Ironically. And
That
so
we
we
can
could start doing a lot more reaching again all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Which would at least save Wilhelm in the short term, put us out of contact with him, but what else is new?
Fair. I just found my uncle, our father and uncle again, and to have them suffer, to have, I'm so happy they're alive, and if they are to be ended or captured or tortured, it would be too much on me. If I'm already going to pass out because of war times like this, I'm not sure what would happen if they were ended. So I'm willing to carefully, but foolishly go with the goblin to get that sending stone. Even if it is a trap.
We already know they're expecting us. There's nothing about it that's any more of a trap than this whole situation in the first place.
That's fair.
We have been played from the beginning. There's no reason to believe that they won't continue to play us. So that just has to be the plan going forward, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's how we also deal with Cyrus.
Should we have Cyrus be behind the goblin at every step?
No? No?
Actually, that's fair. To leave the goblin in Cyrus's care or guard, I could see Cyrus failing that.
No, it's not even that, Brando.
Do tell.
I if I'm understanding Wild correctly here, what I think the whole matter is just the wrong strategy about us and amongst ourselves.
Wild knots.
Because we can't ask Cyrus to be any less of a bleeding-hearted idiot.
Brando chuckles.
And we can't exactly execute him for treason. Which also means we can't tell anyone about this because they would on principle.
Yeah.
But
Brando is already worried that Cyrus might tell somebody right now.
actually, yeah, on that subject, Brando, go get them back in here.
Why?
Can I
I assumed we just
direct cut over to those two.
I assumed we just wandered back to like the Bahamut altar that I had been trying to fix up previously. Oh, that was awkward.
I'll sort of approach and I'm like,
But to jump back to
real quick.
Yeah, just let Zakar finish.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Cyrus, being Cyrus, all of us being all of us, needs to be the curve of the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Curved further by what we know, curved further by the goblin traitor, whatever that we have to deal with, curved even further into politics and militarism, and then probably curved even further by the upcoming apocalypse. If we bend our brains just that far, maybe we can all come through this.
Brando grunts and nods and goes, all right, I'm going to sleep as soon as I can, as soon as what we need today is over. I need to be at full thinking strength.
Yeah.
Worky good.
Okay.
Also, just out of character, I remember one session when we were meeting Great Club and the little goblin, I was actually having Brando kind of be interested in her.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Unfortunately, that got cut out the next time we played, which was like months later, but that would have been interesting story stuff, because if that had happened, like, that goblin would have been able to steal from Brando, maybe even poison Brando, but that would have been interesting character moments and such.
I mean, regardless, that absolutely adds to Brando's PTSD.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Brando.
There's a lot of people that were super close to Brando that had a lot of bad fucking motives.
Yeah. And like your sister. His sister got like sorry. That's the character.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that we didn't actually get to meet the character. Maybe if one of us goes to Hades, like the others of us try to go into the afterlife to save him, we could meet her and certain characters, but yeah.
What happened?
Okay.
But still, that would have been fun, having Brando like get into a relationship with a goblin and then be tricked and be like, holy shit.
The drama.
The drama. But at
Some
least
good
it still happened. Like Brando getting tricked or getting something important taken, and then having our positions leaked, and yeah. Glad all still happened. Okay, onwards.
And yeah, I figure if we're done, we can see what Cyrus and them were up to.
Zakar was just gonna say, it's like, all right, we need a whole new strategy, which means we need the rest of our people. Let's get them back here and start sending some messages, because we need to get a move on.
Wild gives a big smile.
Also, for like sending a message, does the person have to have met the person that they want to send the message to?
Yes, they're seen in person.
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Bramble Mother's ever met Wilhelm.
No, I would say not.
No. Okay. Well, that does create some problem then, because that sucks. I thought sending worked differently, but
I thought it was just harder if you don't know the person. At least I know on Crit Roll they sometimes will like hand wave it a little bit.
I think you're thinking of scrying.
I might be thinking of scrying. I thought they've tried sending messages to people they didn't know before. Yeah, because Jester messaged somebody.
You send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar.
Okay.
That's the end of that
cannot
description.
be through somebody, like Bramble Mother can't send it through Brando to send to Wilhelm?
No.
I would say the caster has to be familiar.
I could send it. I mean, if Bramble Mother has seen or been around a person who's had who would be able to directly tell Wilhelm, then then that might be able to.
Yeah.
But directly, no.
Not direct. That's fine.
Bramble, or I guess out of character, like, would Bramble Mother have a scroll for somebody to do that? Because I think,
or could she make one?
Bramble Mother had a ton of scrolls.
No, I don't have any. Scrolls. I don't know if I can. That's a question for probably yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I was about to say, was like, do you even have a spell book?
I have a spell book, yeah.
Oh, okay, you have a spell book.
She is a wizard.
Technically speaking, we could make a spell scroll with the spell book.
Then I'd say we should do that. Or how long does it take to make one of those?
Faster than a messenger.
Faster than a messenger. That is true. That is true. Even if it takes like a fucking week, it's going to be faster than a messenger.
Mm-hmm.
Even my bird.
Then, yeah, maybe we should have a spell scroll made for sending.
We can dump some cash.
Sleep as soon as he's not needed, but right now he's got both alcohol and caffeine in him, and it's not a good mix. And Brando's not feeling good.
You're getting crossfaded, and you're gonna have to pee a lot.
I will pee in a bottle. Wait, no.
Just away from company, at least.
But right now, Brando's staying asleep until things are able to be done without him, or staying awake until things can be done without him.
You guys want to hop on over to Cyrus and them?
Okay, real quick thing, just while we're out of character, and then we can hop over to them. Absolutely. Remind Zakar where the red sending stone goes.
I thought that one went to Bifrost.
I think Zakar, yeah, because the
green. I have it.
Oh.
Oh, you're asking me. It goes to Mizoga.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the green one to the mayor. Somewhere.
Wait, the mayor?
And no,
the green.
2 green ones.
The green one was supposed to go to Bifrost, I thought.
The green one must not have been given to somebody because it's nowhere on my notes.
Yeah, I think we were holding the green one on. Because
we have like at least.
Well, I think we only have 3 pairs.
Yeah, we have a blue, a green, and I don't have red listed.
Yeah, because red's the one with
Zakar
Taylor.
Zakar has a red one.
Yeah, that goes to Mizoga.
In addition to the one that we gave the Raven Queen, the Ravenstone,
which I've just marked as like purple.
Yeah, and okay, so you have the purple one that goes to the Raven Queen. We have one that went to our good boy Wilhelm, which was blue.
Right.
And we had one more that was green, which we were going to hold on to for like a just in case, like we need a fucking third series.
So
Yes.
I have 2 of the green ones listed in my inventory. One
Okay.
of the blue ones. So okay, we were going to give the green one to somebody important.
Okay, just in case.
Yeah, we were just waiting. Not to be confused with the book that goes back to Bifrost.
That's what it is. It's the book that goes back to Bifrost.
Who has that?
Who in God's name has that?
I
Check your empty pockets.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I do.
Book of Bifrost.
I suppose if all else fails, you could try to write a message to. I'm not there. Never mind. Never mind.
I mean, I don't know. We're kind of out of.
Okay,
Yeah.
you could try to write a message to not Aslan.
Arzan.
Arzan. There you go. Wrong name. I know Wilhelm and crew occasionally go through there, so it's possible that he's seen them recently.
There's that.
Okay. Now that we have all that taken care of, Cyrus.
And scene? Is it scene?
A final note, because I keep meaning to bring it up. If and when you look through all these like documents that Pemberley brought you, it's a lot. It's basically like files and files worth of like just intel on like, you know, this is what all the armies are doing, you know, currently. Here's troop movements, stuff like that. And it's backdated quite a bit. And a lot of them are, you know, just signed off by like single initials or something like that. But
also, before Brando gets into those, he's going to sleep because otherwise he's not going to get to sleep knowing
all the shit that you have to do. Yeah.
So
Brando, take a 5.
Unless Brando's needed, Brando is going to sleep in that tent.
No, you're fine, bud.
Yeah, sleep.
Okay.
Wait, so did we find the Book of Bifrost? Or
The
not?
book of Sending.
I added it to my inventory because I'm sure we have that.
I mean, it was a gone item. I don't know who he gave it to, if anybody.
I think he
given it to
the card. Oh, to Brando?
If he gave it to us, which I'm not sure if he did.
He did give it to one of us. I remember that.
Because he didn't
He
give
gave
it.
it. Yeah, well, yeah, because I was about to say, it was like, because there's no way he wanted to have any contact with Bifrost anymore. So he was just like, no, here's your book, here's your this, here's your that, here's that.
Okay, so
Unfriended
Brando
Bifrost.
in his
I'm pretty sure he gave it to Zakar because Brando was dead at the time.
I was like, yeah, no, it got handed to Zakar. Like,
Okay.
I don't know why it's not, like, I might have written it in a weird place on my sheet that, like, I'm just missing, but...
It might be called the Book of Sending, because I think that's what I called it internally. So if it's not there, you can put Book of Sending and then put Arzan in parentheses.
Book of Bifrost.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, because funnily enough, I still have the Gravecaller book.
Yeah.
See.
Which we haven't used or looked at in a long time, but subject.
Oh, that allows us to connect with the grave comps?
Yeah, that one. What?
Oh.
No, because, you know...
The other one is gone.
That book died in a fiery wreck.
You're right.
I should remind you guys that last time you spoke... Excuse me. Peanut just made its way in my throat.
Yeah.
No, Peanut.
Last time you guys were talking to Wilhelm via the Sending Stone, he told you, just so you guys are aware, we recovered the book from the wreckage.
So we could have been talking to them this whole time.
So you could talk to them through that book if you wanted to.
Good to know.
He said he passed it on. Like Wilhelm doesn't have it. Aurelian has it.
That's fair.
Then with that knowledge, we send a message to them via the book.
No. We could do that through the Raven Queen because if I'm not mistaken, we left Aurelian with the Raven Queen, correct?
No. You haven't seen Aurelian since the Mongoose crashed. He just packed up and
they
left.
Still might be at the wreckage trying to repair it or do something.
He packed up and left. He was basically like, grave colors, scatter to the winds. I'll find you when I need to, and then everybody fucked off in opposite directions. And for the most part, they deliberately didn't say where they were going.
So yes, communicate with Aurelian. Wait, just to triple check before sending a message, Brando's identifying that book to make sure it's not cursed like the eye has that Cyrus had for a while.
I mean, you've used the book before.
Right, but
you used the eye before.
Could have like.
Well, we're not going to be able to tell if it's like been scried on.
Yeah, identify wouldn't tell you if it's being watched. It's just gonna tell you like this is what the item does.
Okay, in that case, like Brando still would send a message saying like, blue sending stone compromised for now. If you can contact person with blue sending stone, tell them to disable it or get rid of it or don't use it. Yeah, don't use it.
Let me see. Here we go. So I have a Google Doc. I need to make sure that this is... Sharing things is always difficult.
Yes, it is.
Yep. As we are finding out in our inventories.
Yeah. Okay. So, whoever has the Book of Sending.
Yo.
Here's a Google Drive link to what is inside the Book of Sending.
I feel like I have this already in my
You
Google Doc
might, yeah.
and have just like it's just buried right about now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. If you.
Oh yeah, because that's where we left it off. Of like, if you can read this, write something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and honestly, I haven't looked at this in a very long time, but well, let me think. Now I'm going to leave it be. Arzan did tell you that if you really needed to get in touch with Aurelian, you could use the book. He did have it. But if you were to look inside the book, nothing has changed since the last time you used it.
Okay. Then
so no, don't
retconning a little bit. No, with now character knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
As we're waiting for our other party members to return, Carl's
Sure.
going to flip out the Grave Collar book and quickly scribble in. Blue Sending Stone is compromised. Compromised by Tierfang. Do not use underline.
Okay. Feel free to write that in at the bottom.
Yes. Do it. Write it in the book.
I'm requesting edit access.
Shit.
Editing access. You get it.
1 second. Okay. Try it now. We may never understand Google Drive in its wholeness.
Can one?
Google Drive works in mysterious ways.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're trying. Brando has a long-term plan. Out of character.
Well, hold that thought for a second.
Technical difficulties.
I want to point out one thing real quick to everybody. It is 10 o'clock. How party time are you guys feeling tonight?
I at least want to talk to Pemberley.
I'm party time.
I am dying to hear Cyrus and Pemberley talk.
Okay. We want to hang out at least for that long?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we wrapping up? Does it sound like? Or
I'm just asking you guys. Like, I can go all night, but I know I'm in the minority. So you guys tell me how much D&D you want to play tonight.
Well, you need to ask yourself how much of an apology are you going to give to my girlfriend?
Hey, like I said, you tell me what the truth. You tell me what the truth is.
Yeah.
Oh, we
At what point? What do you guys think? At least another 30.
Oh
10
yeah.
10:30? Okay, that's fine.
get the gang back together.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm assuming that's the thing that's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
sure. If Pemberley and Cyrus want to start talking, feel free. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, but don't wait on me.
Oh,
It's all being recorded anyway, so go nuts.
I'm gonna as Cyrus is at the Temple of Bahamut, Pemberley approaches.
Oh, he was gonna
Very-
offer to. Sorry.
Oh no! You go, please.
Can I lay on hands that the lightning injury?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't want you to waste your resources. I mean,
We've been
kind of
healing people.
deserved.
No, it's okay.
Too sweet, you know.
It was very brave of you to tell us that. Even knowing, you know, what we're like, how dangerous some of us are. Not me. I'm bad at being dangerous, but actually that's not true. Sometimes I'm dangerous on accident.
Yeah, I saw you laser beam that demon. That's pretty effing dangerous.
Eh, I've made a lot of dumb decisions. I mean, and I'll probably still make more dumb decisions, but I've always gotten a second chance, or like a third chance. Uh, I feel like it would be hypocritical of me to not try to believe in the best in people, right? And you came to help us, right?
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just because I have nowhere else to go.
That's as good a reason as any.
I mean, I mean, not to lie, I'm not lying. But so because I feel like I can trust you. I mean, I hold up the friendship token. You and seeing Brando going out and healing people, and when I saw all those goblins like wild, he helped me, he kept me standing, and you most of all. I mean, no.
There's a lot of bad stuff in the world, but we try to bring what good we can, right? And we don't know everything. I mean, it's hard to know anything really. And just like you came from a place where you had a very specific idea of how the world works, right? And now it seems
Incredibly
very different.
specific. Yeah, kind of.
I think the only thing to do is just keep learning and trying to leave the world a better place if we can while we're here.
I think so. I wish there were more people like you, Cyrus.
Well, I mean, people like me also get people killed. uh, I don't.
No.
I don't blame Zakar for being mad.
I'm sorry that Zakar might be a little mad at you, but he's mostly mad at me. He's mostly mad at circumstances surrounding him. He's mad at this Morida chick. He's mad at. He seems like a guy that's mad at a lot of things.
He has reason not to trust things. He's probably the wisest person I know. And a lot of the times when I was in trouble, or when any of us were in trouble, Zakar is usually the one who, shows up in the end and helps us. It
Hey,
takes both kinds, right? I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you all got a really good dynamic going.
Well.
Yeah. Besides, I think he'll come around. Come around eventually.
I don't actually know about that, but
I mean, the same thing happens on Golden Girls. Like, you know,
Oh, I love that play.
Dorothy. Yeah, I know. It's so cool. And you know, Dorothy's always mad. Dorothy gets mad at Rose, and you know, by the end of the episode, everybody all gets together and they have fun, and there's a laugh, and the credits roll. And anyway, but you know,
when I first started adventuring, I thought that's always how the stories were gonna go. But life doesn't really work out like that. I never know what's gonna happen next, and sometimes that's really frustrating. But I don't know. It's nice to hope that it's always gonna work out nicely like that.
agree. It's nice to hope.
Out of character, I'm just thinking like Brando could have asked, like, "Are you from this world or are you from the future?" Watching television shows.
Stage plays.
Oh, the stage plays, yeah.
You never watched the classic play, The Golden Girls? They were about
It's a puppet show.
kobolds. Yeah, four
Yeah.
kobolds. That they were elderly kobolds.
One
Got
of
up to shenanigans.
one of my favorite books is the Book of Brad, and about how it tells of this club where everyone would go to fight.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Now-
everybody knows your name.
Now, at the end of yes, it seems like it's the same place. They would cheer, and they would always say cheers. And there was definitely a mailman. Somebody said Norm at some point, but listen, the most important part is that they blew up that building where everyone's debt was being held. Take that lesson and put it into your own life.
That's
Blow
true.
up debt buildings.
Yes.
I could also
Always do that.
a wizard show on like animate stories on book, and basically a wizard could have their own TV like thing where they're watching a hologram thing on like a story being told.
Mm-hmm. There is absolutely such a thing as program illusion.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta turn it to my favorite wizard station and catch what's on the wizard TV.
I can major illusion, minor illusion, major illusion. I have malleable illusion. I'm an illusion wizard. I can play Golden Girls in my head whenever I want.
You can make your own stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Guys, check it out! I call it VHS.
Yeah.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Virtual reality.
Man, you could just make fanfic of your favorite sitcoms.
Yeah.
Amazing.
No, VHS stands for very helpful spell.
Right.
Yes, it is very helpful.
It's a very helpful spell.
Helpful spell, maybe.
Yeah, that's how she's kept herself occupied, by just casting minor illusion and playing Golden Girls.
Boy, you must have been really lonely. 7 years and there was nobody else there?
Well, I mean, no friends. I mean, there were adventuring parties. They say they're adventuring parties, but they're mercenaries, actually. And then they, they go, oh my gosh, it's a goblin. Oh my gosh, it's an old witch. Oh yeah, old witch. And it's, oh yeah, let's kill the goblin. And yeah, then I have to fireball their asses, and then it gets really messy, so.
It's pretty rude.
Yeah, it's really rude.
Is there I mean, if we survive this, which we have to believe we will, we totally will. We're fine. But is there anywhere you want to go? Like, when all this is over?
I don't know. I mean, anywhere that's safe for people like me, you know?
But you've only ever been in Tear Fang and a hut in the swamp. Do you ever want to see the rest of the world?
Well, eventually. Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty fun. That would be, yeah, I mean, heck. Yeah. That would be pretty fun. Yeah, I would, as long as you guys are with me.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I'm ready to, like, go out on my own or anything, but yeah.
That's fine. There's this big hole that Brooke keeps talking about in the middle of nowhere that just, like, goes on forever. I've always wanted to go see what the heck was the deal with that thing. But,
that sounds really dangerous.
Yeah, I guess it's, like, humongous and has no bottom and, like, a giant hole in the world that's gotta be important, right?
Yeah, I have never heard of anything that you're talking about, but you know what? Sure.
I mean, she says a lot of stuff. Maybe she was just making it up. I don't know.
From what from what I recall, she does. She tends to she did that once.
Visual Hollywood spell.
How about? I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but like, what happened to you? You're
my eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, we adventurers, mercenaries. We took this job to go and we went into a tomb, to get something that ended up being pretty important to the king of the orcs. And at some point he captured us. Well, he captured me and Zakar, and tried to torture us for information.
What the fuck?
He poked my eyes out. But Bahamut gave me these, and I point to the glowy blue flame eyes, and it's like, it's been a rocky road.
Yeah, that's hella fucked up.
This is why Brand was worried about Cyrus spilling beans. Yeah, Cyrus likes to talk.
I mean,
listen, hey, Goblin! I just met a week ago. I made a deal with Asmodeus. Since we're being truthful with each other.
Yeah, just going up to like your new like coworker who just joined the team.
Yeah.
Like, hey Steve, guess what? It's like, what? I killed my wife. I hit her with a table.
Just like you did what?
Yep.
Come
yeah, then he poked my eyes out.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Sometimes I randomly confess my crimes to new people.
Yeah. Oh no, I tell him to everybody. Oh, we're actually working. Zakar is kind of working for the guy who had my eyes poked out. I feel pretty conflicted about it, to be honest. He's King Trogslodad the 16th? 9th? Why did I think there was like 7 more?
I don't know.
No, he's the 9th.
King Trogslodad the many numbered of his name. He's
why is he?
He's like Zakar's boss. And
wait. How did
Okay, no, everyone is wrong. He is the 8th.
He's the 8th. The 9th was the one that Brando killed.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh my god, you're freaking right.
For a second, I forgot that the one that comes after is the bigger number. Yes, you're correct. It's the 8th. The 8th and the 9th are the important numbers.
Okay, so he wasn't the one that poked out Cyrus's eyes, right? Or
no, he is the one who poked out Cyrus's eyes.
Okay, then that's fucked up. Okay,
it is. I do a lot of what they call suppressing. I just, there's not really a good way to deal with that emotionally right now. And right now he's helping to put, how I talked about putting good in the world. So my one bad, which maybe was kind of earned, I don't think I earned that much torture by helping instill this thing. But, I feel like the punishment was worse than the crime. But also, the thing that we stole was very important about talking about this planet that's gonna come eat us. Are you sure you want to travel with us? We've been through a lot.
Like I said, you're the only ones I really trust. Although I'm very, very disturbed by this new information. But,
oh yeah, a boo boo, a bubbler, something like that. It's got a funny A name.
Akabar. I don't know.
Ekabar, Alakazam.
Ichabod.
Yeah, that's probably it. It's Alabar, I know.
Getting closer.
But, okay, that's the apocalypse you're talking about, but, I guess also...
Yeah.
I guess as far as Zakar goes, I promise not to hurt him. I made a promise, and I gotta stick to that promise, and I'm...
Don't hurt us, and I'll try to protect you from being hurt too.
That's
Deal?
okay. Just deal. Don't have to like him, though.
I hold my hand out to shake.
Shake. Yeah. I shake.
We're both, I mean, I'm a fuck up. I don't know if you're a fuck up. It sounds like you've been through some stuff too. But let's try to make life better for people, okay?
Yeah. Pretty good
However
for an
we
adventurer.
can. We'll try.
Yeah. You're pretty good for an adventurer.
Well, I mean, I'm trying my best. I'm not very good at it, but you know, still time to learn, hopefully.
Nah, you're better than you think. Gotta have faith in yourself. Paladin.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh, I should probably finish fixing this temple.
Wild, you probably
altar thing.
you probably find them around this time.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. Okay, good. You guys did not go very far. Hey, so, know it's a little bit awkward, but cooler heads have prevailed. The tent is now a more welcoming and open place.
For both of us?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
So if you guys would like, you could come
Okay.
back inside.
looked at Pemberley, kind of like puff up the chest and pretend like I'm definitely not stressed. I'd be like, yep, let's go back in. Everything's fine. This is fine.
Like, okay. I'm just, but also I'm kind of like a little bit like skirting myself. Like, if they're going there, I'm kind of like going in front of like Cyrus, just being like,
You're so
like,
small.
fuck, this is
I'm
like
a big
my.
frog person.
I know.
You're not that big.
It's illogical.
I'm like 5 foot. I'm a human-sized frog.
You're a human-sized frog person. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 2 feet tall. Or 2.5. 2.5.
I feel like we are jostling to be the one in front protecting the other at this point.
Yes. Yeah.
No,
As
it's
this
okay, I got
7-foot-something Warforged walks in
Yeah.
front of both of you.
Yeah. No, I got this. No, you got this. No, I got this.
No.
Oh no, Wild's got this. We're good.
We all got this.
Oh,
Yeah.
We got this. Right,
okay.
and then
Thank you, big
Wild.
guy.
no worries. And then I open the tent up. And I let everybody through. All right. We're all here. We're all back.
Okay, that calms Brando down, and he goes to
Sleep.
after like he and Zakar wrote the notes,
Mm-hmm.
and
Which I did just finish writing.
Yeah. Nice on using the time code. The correct time code.
Hell yeah.
I did look it up.
Yeah. Good shit. Okay.
And it just-
You guys have a
Alright,
conversation you want to have, or do you want to save it for next time?
we'll save it for next time,
All right.
Oh,
unless
Okay.
people want to keep on going.
shrug.
Shrug.
Awkwardly wave at the other people in the tent, and I guess
Sort of
That's good.
poking behind Wild and just like kind of like blandly looking at everybody.
It's like, so, now that Brando is asleep, we won't come up with any new plans,
Mhm.
but we can at least talk about what we have had to plan. So, Zakar and I and Brando all had a conversation. And we want to let you know, Cyrus,
Hmm.
that though your deception hurts, we want you to know that your trust is what's most important to us.
I understand. It was not my intent to deceive you. I just was worried that you are all more pragmatic than I am, and I was worried that you would err on the side of caution
Mm-hmm. Most of the time we do.
You're entirely correct, Cyrus.
Still, like, wiping off a scorch mark.
But I think that is why, as a party, we're going to try and talk this one out. Maybe we can both make some concessions.
Okay.
Nice. As we gather all around the table, I immediately send. I just. Hey, Greg, can you get me like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 cups, and a lot of tea and coffee and sugar.
All the caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he said, Greg. It's gonna be a long night.
With those little finger sandwiches.
Who the fuck is Greg?
What?
Greg the guard. Not Goreg. That's a different campaign.
I was gonna say,
Just
I was
Greg.
like, we didn't cross over into.
No.
His name is Grug.
No, I'm sorry. Did I misread your name tag? Oh, it is Grug. It is Grug. Damn, I was made by orcs, and I am always bad with their names. It's not me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he's just an orc runner that like Zakar picked up during like all of this, and is just like
You, coffee.
yeah, pretty much. Like he gets paid in gold. It's fine.
Wow, look at how fast he runs. That's crazy.
Here, Grug. I assume we can. Is this where we want to cut the scene?
Oh, I was gonna say it was just like, I kind of got the intention that everyone is down to fucking clown for like at least another few minutes.
Okay, then yeah, go. Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
We're
Carry on.
So, before everything went sideways, Wild and I were talking about the strategy going forward. And Wild's past military experience combined with my own raised some interesting perspective about where we currently stand, literally, in Fairbrook. And who we are allied with.
What have you decided?
Well, I, Zakar the Cure, Baron of Blackram, will not be waiting for the next move on the part of our allies.
Won't you get in trouble?
I don't owe any allegiance to the dwarves, and my standing orders, to be fair, were to go raise at least one approximate hell upon Tierfang.
Pretty good
And
order.
I just, Cyrus, I just don't think I'm done.
Raising hell onto your fang.
I mean, okay, so, let's be honest, I'm me, and so I might have promised them 9 hells or something, but
Oof.
the point being is that what kind of loyal vassal to the Kingdom of Dhaka would I be if I didn't press forward and see this through to the end?
That does indeed sound very loyal.
At least that's what I'm going to tell them if they complain. So, we have some choices to make, some information to go over looking at Pemberley, and some plans to make within 24 hours, Wild?
That would be my recommendation, sir.
Yeah, we're going with 24. So,
One day, okay.
as such, it's going to be a long night. And I'm going to leave it to you to talk to the Paladins and the Bullywogs and see if they want to march on Tierfang. The Black Ram forces are going with us.
Okay.
Wild, you're going to ask the same thing of the Lightning Jaw. And we're taking whoever's left, making a battle plan, and moving as soon as possible.
Understood.
If you want off now, here's your stop. I'm saying it to you, and you're going to say it to everyone else. Because we don't know if we get to come back.
Right.
We have tried this idea once before. Oh, yeah. Pemberley, was it?
Yeah. Friends of Carl, was it?
Cute. We've been to Tierfang. And it didn't go well. I don't know if that got mentioned or whatnot, but we do have some idea of what we're going into. And we pretty high-key hate it. And it's going to be very bad. I bet probably as bad as we can make it. Because this is personal. For me.
Yeah.
I should say for me. Not everyone might share the same feeling.
It is personal for Brando.
What did Tierfang do to you?
Brando's now.
Well, they kind of sort of kidnapped us, in a word.
Mm-hmm.
Stole our shit.
Sent a terrifying, unkillable general of a warforged after us, who killed me.
Yeah.
But that was partly my fault.
Yeah.
Because I was dumb.
You should stop blaming yourself for being for getting attacked. That really.
Well, that one was really like everybody else was surrendering, and I just I charged into it. It was dumb. Anyways, it was a thing.
Cyrus, you did your thing. We all do our thing. That's all we ever do. It's fine.
Do we think Graves will be there?
Oh, how can he not? Amberly, you know Graves?
No. Honestly, I don't know anyone really apart from my handler, and that's about it. Yeah. Or actually, do I know of Graves? Like,
I mean, you've spent 7 years in a swamp.
I'm figuring she knows Jet.
It's pretty hard to be informed of even the most rudimentary of information. Graves is not unknown to, people in the know. But you might not be that person.
She probably knows Jack shit.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Okay, well, you're lucky, and if you ever find out, it's gonna ruin your everything.
Mm-hmm.
He is a demon in warforged form.
Yeah.
I don't say it lightly, but he will be there.
We've never won a fight against him, I don't think.
Not a single one.
We've always run away in various states of dying.
Yeah, we've at least always gotten away, but we've never won.
He keeps getting hurt more each time, though.
That is true.
How many more rounds do you think he's got left?
Maybe with all of us together, hopefully not that much more.
Not as many as when we started, though.
At least there's some lasting effects. I mean, that guy sounds really just shitty.
He's Hey, Brando. Is he the only thing that's ever beaten us?
Wait, say again?
Brando, Graves!
Yeah, is Graves the only thing that's ever beaten us? Like the 5 pints, us.
House explosion.
That's true.
No, it's straight up fight.
Daka.
Like,
No, fight.
yeah,
We ran
just
away from the clockwork place because there were too many of them.
that's
Right.
Zakar gives Brando like a pap over the head, and I was like, a straight up fight, Brando. Have we ever lost a straight up fight that was not against Graves?
Yes. Yes. Oh no. Brando's going to have nightmares now.
Oh, the swamp hag.
The swamp hag. Yes.
Yeah, with Cyrus.
Brando trying to escape and being smacked back into the house.
Yeah, I feel like several of us were unconscious at that point.
Zakar sits back.
That's what I turned
That's
into.
right, the swamp hag.
I don't even know about the swamp hag.
It was
What are
before
you
your
guys
time.
talking about?
Before your time.
Zakar slams a fist down on the table and is just like, and it's just like in shock for a moment, and it's just like, wait, Cyrus, that was when you did the Hulk thing like the first time.
Yeah.
That's
I thought we were all gonna die, and yeah.
guys.
It's me.
Is a swamp hag why we're here?
No, God. It all comes
That's
back.
an existential question.
I just triggered it.
Can we recruit her to help fight Graves?
Am I the swamp hag?
No,
Is
wait.
the swamp hag the friends we made along the way?
Yes.
No, I think she's the enemies we made along the way.
All of them.
Yeah,
Like-
all of them.
Like
In one way or
forever.
another.
Swamp hag against Graves.
It all goes back to the swamp hag and Dunham's loot.
It's stupid loot.
That loot is funnily the key.
Yeah.
As like
It's
okay.
an artifact. What do you want?
That's all
I
right.
am the dungeon master's shit-eating grin.
As our characters just kind of sit back and have just a several year long existential crisis
Yeah.
about all of their life choices.
All the adventures we've been on, defeated by a swamp hag.
Just rub my eyeless eye sockets. Ugh.
I feel as if many hours pass with you guys reminiscing for better or worse on
Yes.
on
All
your
the
previous
times we've got our
exploits.
butts kicked.
Pemberley sitting in rapt attention, just absorbing all of this to the best of her ability. But
and Wild getting some ancient history lessons.
That's true.
Yeah,
First
literally
time.
Yeah.
ancient history lessons. I'm down.
Oh, but hey, Pemberley, Wild suplexed a mummy once. That was pretty cool.
Into his own coffin.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. We've had some cool fights. They were dull, terrifying, and ending in tragedy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this: the only time when they ever end badly is whenever I really try and 1v1 something, and then it usually smashes me, and then I have to have everybody else help. You've actually been there for like the most embarrassing times.
So, Wild, maybe you need to be a tag team.
Uh,
Maybe you're not meant to be a solo wrestler.
I really do. I
You
think
need to do it.
I think I'm gonna try and combo more with you guys.
Yeah.
If I get anybody, stab them.
Yeah.
I'll bring them over to you, and I'll be like, stab him.
You just need to throw them, like throw me at them, literally.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah. No,
Throws
you
a
can.
car and he will blend them into nothing.
Yeah, no, like that's what that's what
Go
Bill
there.
Mack used to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As if-
The
and
mu-
everyone gets sad
yeah.
again.
the musclehead in our party before Wild came along.
I had
Yeah.
Bill Mack throw me at things. I was a projectile. It was great.
So we're at 10:30. How spicy we feeling?
I think maybe now we're wrapping up.
Yeah, we
seems like
do
a good
need to
time
wrap
to
it
pan
up
out.
at some point.
I think this is a good one.
How'd you like it, Chris?
Like what?
The RP session.
Oh, it exceeded my expectations. I gotta say, I have like 5 or 6 individual pieces of read aloud text prepared for this session. We barely made it through one. So like,
Here, do we
Prepare for
want to?
more.
we
We
didn't do shit that I wanted to do.
those.
Let me see.
Like as long as like if you want to read more of them, definitely do. Especially if they're like, like we said, we're gonna spend the next day or two no, not the next day or two. The next 14 hours.
Okay.
Talking and napping.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. I got a bit of read aloud text that we could end the session on. But it might screw up like a lot of things you've discussed in this conversation, for better or worse. So if you want to have that, we can do it. And then you guys can take X amount of time off the table to talk about how to deal with it.
Yeah, I definitely vote for that because if things are going to get screwed up, I'd rather have a week to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask you guys like how you guys stay busy in the coming days. If you can make it quick, we could do that, or we can move on.
So Brando's going to kind of take from healing and start making plans with people, like strategery plans.
Okay.
Wild's getting his troops, literally telling everybody the deal. I don't assume any Warforges are going to back down from a fight.
No, hell
no. Plus, I mean, they know how we roll, quick and loud.
Oh yeah, and Brando's also going to check back to see if anything was written back in the book, just to get updates. Otherwise, we're going after the blue sending stone.
Sure. I'll get back to the book. We'll talk about that later. I'm making myself a note. Like, figure that shit out.
Cyrus is gonna. Don't go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna pontificate a little bit. Go ahead, say something useful.
Go for it.
No, Cyrus, what are you gonna do?
Oh, he's gonna check in with the band of bullywugs and the Bahamut agents of Bahamut. I imagine the Bahamut folk will be totally up for raiding Tierfang. Band of bullywugs was a bunch of greenhorns that just got recruited to go save Fairbrook. So
hey, I mean,
I honestly don't know if it would make sense for them to stay.
It's worth mentioning. You guys hired these troops, or or you developed these troops from the beginning. They're here to do what you want them to do. If they don't want to do it, then individuals would just leave.
That's true.
But that's not how the unit works. The unit is, the thing you paid for.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Bill in, the 3rd rank, you didn't want to do it, he could just step out and somebody else would step in and he would get paid instead.
Fair enough. I guess it's true. We could recruit also from the survivors in town.
Sure. We're in no danger of the, of your troop supply running out at this point in time.
The only other thing is I wanted to pull Brando aside real quick. Well, and I want to pull you aside later to talk further. But Brando, you're very smart at like inventions and stuff. This city has terrible air defense. Can you think of anything that we could have them start building? Because a lot of the devils came from the sky. Do you know anything about trebuchets? Could you teach some of the workers how to build a trebuchet?
A cannon that looks backwards.
Yeah.
Say again?
I said a cannon that looks backwards from the Fort of Steel.
Yeah,
yeah, we could take cannons from the Fort of Steel, and
that's easy.
That's something that might have
the ocean's ours.
Yeah, might have the troops help with that if there's time to do it in a day. Just be like, move some of those defenses to the city, just so there's some kind of aerial.
Then yes,
in case devils come back.
Do you guys? You guys just want to steal some cannons from the fort, move them into the city so that they have cannons?
I think
Straight up.
Okay, right on.
I'll help out with that, like
Sure.
using like telekinesis and stuff.
Okay.
ooh, cool.
I didn't want to
Much
roleplay too much, so we'll move on.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like you guys are ready to like get up and leave as soon as you can.
Yeah,
Did-
we're gonna
did-
make like 2 things, and then we're gonna bounce.
Okay. I was gonna say that this happens in a couple of days, but I'll go ahead and move up the timetable so that this actually occurs before you leave.
I was gonna say that, like, yeah, give the troops like 24-hour notice, pack your shit up, be ready to move at like next dawn. Very quickly go over all the documents like you already said, and then hand them over to the dwarves for both safekeeping and anything they can get out of it. And then we're moving out.
So then it would be like that afternoon that the airships would arrive.
Airships.
That the Emperor would arrive.
Okay.
The Emperor shows up with all of his forces in tow, the entire Storm Guard. A truly staggering amount of troops. We're talking like a dozen units or so worth of elite Storm Guard. So, news goes out that everybody's going to be moving out like in the morning. The destination, Tyrfang and Triumph. But that evening, just as the sun is starting to set over the jungle, a surprise. Rows of torches for miles. Another army approaches from the west. Not marching to battle, but to rendezvous. For Tragsladag the Eighth marches the forces of Daka to join them. The Emperor comes out of his tent into the dark of the camp as King Sladag approaches. 2 armies stand ready, not knowing how this scene is going to play out. And Tragsladag says, "Evening, Emperor." A very odd pause hangs in the air as both forces stare each other down under the torchlight. Tragsladag says, "Does my presence not agree with you? Because we brought snacks." And the Emperor takes a breath and says, "Not at all. This is merely a surprise." "How did you arrive so quickly?" Tragsladag chuckles a bit and says, "You forget who holds dominion over these oceans, Stonecutter. But don't misunderstand me. I'm honestly not offended that you didn't think of me when you came here. I was merely hoping to tag along." The Emperor says, "Not at all, Your Majesty. You are more than welcome to join us." Tragsladag says, "Good. And I do hope that you don't feel as if I am imposing upon your future victory. I merely wish to make sure that you have every available resource to make sure it gets done." The Emperor says, "Not in the slightest. In fact, I regret that I could not share this with more allies." A more awkward pause falls over this. The King of Daka slowly approaches the Emperor. The tension grows a bit between the 2 armies, but nobody tries to stop him. And the king says, "You know, it's not often we refer to each other as allies out in the open." And the Emperor says, "No, it is refreshing." And the king says, "Is it? You sure you wouldn't rather continue to be rivals?" "Believe it or not, I would prefer that I had no rivals." "Oh, I believe that." And after another pause, the Emperor says, "The Empress is a blight on the first stone and everyone on it. This battle is as much mine as it is everyone's. Odenheim will gladly accept your help, and you can believe that." "Very well." And Tragsladag holds out an arm, and he says, "Kiriath Avorsana." And the Emperor takes his arm in his own and says, "Grenache Ebkrun." And just like that, the tension of the scene turns itself inside out, transforming into resolve. Not a word is said between the troops, but anybody can tell you that spirits are high. On the morrow, Daka and Odenheim will march together for the first time in decades. It will be glorious.
Yay.
Fuck yes.
Although, one thing strategy thing. Just for strategy's sake, Brando wants them to march and spread out. If the leaders agree to that.
Honestly, there's so many people on this battlefield at this point, you would have a hard time getting anybody's ear.
I'm sure they've thought of that.
Yeah, that's hashtag above our pay grade now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry if that throws your whole plan in the garbage, but
no, that's good. There was one thing that I think we started talking about and then forgot about because of other drama.
Mm-hmm.
The stone that got stolen from us. Where is it?
Oh, I scried on it. Where I was gonna ask like later on.
Yeah, I was surprised because you were like, "Oh, I scried on it." I was like, "Cool, that's news to me. I didn't tell you shit." If you were
like,
if you were to scry on the sending stone, let me think. I think you would see a Cambion, maybe like a squadron of Cambion flying over sand. That's what you would get.
Okay.
So it's like it's heading to Tierfang, but not.
Okay. Then we'll search for it there.
And with that, I think we can call it good and say goodnight to Twitch.
Good night, Twitch.
Night, Twitch.